need to stop it right now. I'm not going to sit in here and watch her manipulate you anymore, ma'am. I'm not going to watch her do it anymore.
You done made her
She
run
needs
away.
to stop
You
it
see what
right
you
now.
did?
She jumps in and out of these lives and she acts like she's such an innocent fucking victim. She's not innocent of shit. And I'm done listening to it. I will follow her all over this fucking app and I will clock her on every fucking thing she says. She needs to stop making us a priority and make that fucking baby a priority. We don't matter. At the end of the day, we all sleep next to our spouses and our children, and we go to bed and wake up and do our own fucking thing. That little boy is suffering because she is desperate for validation, and I won't stand by it no fucking more.
All right.
Gabby,
Well,
sit the fuck down.
Feisty.
Sit
Can
your
I
ass
say
down.
something? Is this
I'm just
feisty or
gonna
what?
say something
Damn,
to
you are
everybody.
feisty. May I have safety?
So we can-
Hi,
now.
Feisty.
Hold on, give me 1
Feisty.
second.
Let me tell you something. Why
Hold on,
don't you?
hold on. Let me give you 1 second. I'm just gonna say something, so we can stop repeating the stuff in the comments. Is there's so many people that record her lives that I'm gonna
That's the
find that truth
definition of
out.
bullying. What you
No,
just
I'm
did
saying-
is the
no, I'm
definition
saying
of
that I'm
bullying.
gonna
No, I'm
You're
not.
giving her fucking
ma'am.
fire.
Hold on,
You're
Miss
giving
Nancy.
her
You're not
more
going to tell me
ammo
I'm a
by
fucking
doing
bully.
exactly what
She's
the
been
fuck
going
you
out
just
of
did
her
just
way
now.
trying to have me arrested, and she's
Come on
been
now.
openly abusing
All
her
right,
baby
so
on
why
this
don't
app.
you just let
She
her
has
speak?
slapped
What
him.
the
You
hell
can
is
try to
wrong with you?
overtalk
You
me, bitch,
sound
but I
free to
promise
me.
I'm louder.
You sound
I
free
promise
to
I'm
me.
louder. I'm not no fucking bully. She bullies her son.
So why do you
She
talk like
openly
one?
abuses her
But
son.
why do you
And
talk
because
like
of
one?
my reports,
Let's all
she
calm
has an
down.
open safety plan. So you sit back and continue to suck her fucking bootstraps.
She's
We're going to
actually-
keep doing our fucking
I
jobs.
didn't know she had
I'm not no
bootstraps to
fucking
suck.
bully. I promise
Well,
you,
stop
every
acting
fucking
like
word
one.
I've
You
said
just
has
got
been
done
true.
saying that you're going to follow her all around the
No,
internet.
ma'am, I am going to
and all
follow
this other
her.
shit.
I am,
You're
as
giving her
long as she's
ammo. That's all you're doing is giving her ammo. Why are you doing it?
Okay, listen.
Why are
I'm
you
gonna-
acting like that?
Feisty, I only muted you for 1 second.
It cannot be that damn serious where you need to follow someone all around fucking internet like you just got done saying with your own words.
I'm not. I only
This is
muted
the
you
shit
for one.
that she's talking about. Now that's bullying.
I'm only going to mute you. For
All right, I'll mute myself. I'm
no,
sorry.
no. You're fine. I just want to say something real quick. So I don't think that she just. I'm sorry. I'm saying as like SHE here in the chat or in the box. I don't think that she deserves to be spoken to any certain way, only because she's not here as a Gabby supporter or anything like that. No, I just muted.
Ma'am, she's not going to call me a bully. She's not going to call me a bully when I've openly watched Gabby slap that baby in the face. I don't care what you guys think. A 4-year-old does not deserve to be slapped in the face. And I'm not going to be called a bully for seeing something, saying something. I'm not going to be called a clout chaser because I seen something, said something. The motherfuckers sitting in boxes running their mouths and not saying something are the fucking clout chasers. I will not be called a fucking bully. I will not. And because of me and several other people, that baby's getting the help he fucking needs. And if you don't like it, you can kick fucking rocks.
So I think she was just referring to the way that you came in. She took it a little bit.
Right. It was just all about her approach. That's it. And it's the words that she chose to use. You know what I mean? Like you don't come in here and then start screaming and chase someone out the room and then say that they're going to follow you all around the internet. That's giving the woman ammo. And I don't think these people
that goes kind of back
I
to what
understand
we're
you're
talking
hurt.
about.
I understand you're frustrated. I understand you went to court and all kinds of crazy stuff. But
no, she didn't go to court. She's actively trying to get her into court right now. There's a lot of things that are going on.
I don't know who the hell went to damn court. I know it wasn't me. I know that, right?
Right.
So,
there's a lot of things that are going on behind the scenes that a lot of us don't talk about. A lot of things
was a little unnecessary. That's all I'm saying. And I'm not on Gabby's side. I'm not on Feisty's side.
You're not on
anybody
Gabby's
else's
side.
damn side. I'm on my own side, and that's where I think everybody needs to be on their own damn side. This is elementary.
Like
You're not
going after somebody who has no involvement in it. Like with she just was referring to the way. Okay, I'm gonna say something, and you can stop me if this is wrong. But if you were to speak the way that Feisty just did, what would you be accused of being?
A fucking bully. Oh, I'm sorry. I mean a bully.
No, I'm not even talking about that. They're going to go after your race.
Oh, I would be accused of being what
an angry.
An angry black woman.
You got it. And so,
damn, I haven't heard that phrase in a minute.
And so,
I think because I live it every day.
And so, like, no, I'm not bringing race into it. I'm just saying, like, to go at her the way that she did is because she was just saying, like, that was a little unnecessary the way that you came in at her, at Gabby. And that's all she was saying. And she was saying that is bully behavior to come in and go, like, she went like full bore immediately.
That's it.
Yeah. And so then she decided to continue going on to you and yelling at you. And people don't think about the fact that, like, why is it okay for one person to act that way and if other people don't? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just saying, like,
I don't know either. I just know there's a whole lot of labels put on a whole lot of people. And I know Gabby, she's made mistakes as a mother, and so have I, and we all have. And the fact that she put it on the internet takes a whole lot of balls, right? First off. And secondly, hey, that's a mistake all on its own. Unless you choose to be perfect, don't damn do it. And if you choose not to be perfect, expect the backlash. And if you can't handle the backlash, get the fuck out of it. You know what I mean?
Well, she puts it on the internet because she's not self-aware whatsoever. She doesn't think she's doing anything wrong.
I just got done saying she's ignorant as hell. I've never seen, well, that's a lie, but I've seen ignorant ass people and she's ignorant. She's very damn ignorant. And then she tries to use ignorance as an excuse and a wall to hide behind. You can't hide behind it, not when you're 33 years old, not when you have a child. You can't be ignorant and have a child and expect him not to be ignorant because you're going to pass that ignorance on to him. And I get what they're saying, but it's the deliverance. You can't do shit like that and expect for people to not have evidence against you. That's all I'm saying.
Well, yeah, her behavior is learned behavior. She had to I've seen some things about her, seen some clips of her mother, and her mother is just as delusional. The things that I've heard her mother say don't make any sense. And I think that a lot of her ignorance comes from her mom, which is sad because she trusts her mom to, be truthful to her. And now she's repeating the same things that her mom is saying, and that's making her look silly as well. So it's just been passed down.
That's kind of
Smoke, I appreciate y'all's commentary. I'm gonna say one thing, and I'm fitting to get the fuck out of here. For you guys to sit here and compare my fucking verbiage to a black woman raging says every fucking thing we need to know about you women in this live. For y'all to compare me to a black woman raging says everything we need to know about y'all in this live. Y'all can fuck all the way off. I am a white woman. I am very proud of who I am. But y'all are nothing but a racist bunch of fucking hypocrites. And for y'all to sit here and compare me to a black woman because I'm tired of being targeted by this bitch and she's trying to take my freedom of speech and everything else away from me. And y'all want to say I act like a black woman? How the fuck do y'all sound over here? Talking about I act like a black woman.
Say that she's
y'all
trying
are
to take your
profiling me
freedom
because
of
of my
away.
sound and my voice.
That's not
who the fuck do you think you are, for real? No, I'm being serious. I'm sick and tired of this shit.
I am too.
Y'all
That's not what I said at all.
Profiling people and everything else. Y'all talking about I sound like a black woman. Tell me exactly what I said that sounded like a black woman. Don't deflect your shit down there, SHE. Tell me what the fuck it was I said that sounded like a black woman.
That is not what I said.
Right.
No, it isn't.
Shall I clean it up or are you going to clean it up?
Okay, I'm going to pause her. No, it
isn't
isn't what I said. And I have people on the panel. Smoke, is that what I said? Or as I said, if she did it, she would be called that.
SHE, meaning me.
It doesn't matter.
Yes.
That shouldn't have ever been brought up. That should have never been brought up.
I'm saying you cannot talk to people because if she would have done that to her, it's what I
Listen,
said.
Gabby has been lying about Feisty. We're
No,
tired
I'm not talking
of
about
being
Gabby.
coddled.
I'm talking about she at the bottom. SHE. That's who I'm talking
about. At the bottom, where I belong.
Okay,
no, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
But this is this whole thing is about Gabby. She has been being coddled for so long, and she's lying to her chat. She put up a GoFundMe today and then said that she got hacked and acted like she didn't even know that there was a GoFundMe up.
That's not
Come
true.
on.
That's not true.
Come
I know
on.
that for a fact.
It is true.
No, I'm saying I know that for a fact that that's not true.
Right, exactly. And everybody's walking around
Oh, I'm
on
sorry.
eggshells and coddling Gabby's feelings.
Right,
Fuck Gabby.
'cause we
She
definitely
You
abused
been
don't
her
waiting to know
son
what I
understand.
said that made me
on
sound
live.
like a black woman. Y'all
I
are so
didn't
bold to say this
Oh
shit on the
my
say.
internet.
God.
Tell me what it is I said that made me sound like a black woman, you racist
I
piece of shit.
didn't
Tell me
say
what it is
that
that I
you
said that
sound.
made
Are
me
you gonna
sound
let
like
me
a black
talk? Are you
woman,
gonna let
you
me talk in
racist
my
piece of
live?
shit.
Are you gonna let me
Come,
talk in my
do I
live?
need to go
You gonna
live
talk
so
and
you
let
can
me
grab
talk in my
box on
live?
my platform?
Bye bye.
I'll be over there.
Are you going to let me talk? I
What's
guess
that,
I got to
Mute
mute.
420?
me.
That's
Tell me
weed,
what it
right?
is I said that made me sound like a black woman.
Well, if you'd let me
Tell me
fucking
right now
talk,
what it is I
I
said that
could.
made me sound
If
like
you're
a
gonna
black
let me get a
woman.
word out, I could say it.
Yep, tell me. Tell me what it
I
is I
didn't
said.
say that you. I didn't compare you to a black woman.
I
But you
That
heard
is
what you
not
did.
what
said.
You
I
Yeah,
said.
absolutely
Yes,
did.
you
you did
did.
No, it is
compare.
Yes, the
not.
You
You
fuck
did
you did.
compare.
absolutely did.
Yes,
Then
And
you
we
that should have
should,
did.
never
okay,
even
hold
been
on now.
brought
Absolutely.
God
up.
damn
Yes,
it.
you did.
Yeah,
Yes,
okay,
ma'am, you
hold on.
did.
All right, feisty. I understand you're feisty, but can you hold the hell on
No,
for
ma'am,
one
you don't
second?
understand what comes behind the feisty. You don't tell me I'm fucking coming off like a black woman when
No, I
I'm
never said
raising a
that. All
fucking
right.
black woman,
Can
bitch.
I
You don't
clean it
know
up?
who the fuck you're talking to.
Excuse me.
So I
May
want
I
you to
clean it
tell
up
me
real
what
quick?
the fuck it was I said that made you
If you
think I
hold
was
on,
coming
if you
across as
hold
Or
a
your
just
black
damn
there.
woman.
You go ahead.
horses.
Go ahead. If she wants to come back after she calmed down, you can talk.
God damn. Shit. I think I lost my own breath. No, seriously, that's ridiculous. She better check her heart rate or something.
Well, please
Matter of
explain
fact, fuck it.
what.
I need to check my own. Wait.
Please explain
No, what she was doing,
what
she
that
was
comment was
comparing.
about,
Okay,
She
because
can
was
that should
she
have never
talk?
been
she was
brought up.
comparing like if I, as a black woman, was to come across like that. As soon as Gabby hit the fucking scene, right? And I started, bruh, like just throwing flames at her like I'm a dragon, I would have came off in certain communities as an angry black woman. Now, I called her a bully.
I booted
And
her because she couldn't even let me speak. It is my live.
right.
No,
On
people in
top
the
of the
chat were
lack
asking
of
why I booted
respect.
her. It's my live. You're not going to come in here and run me over in my live. I will stand up for myself. All I was saying was, she, as in S, what's your name? I'm sorry.
She,
Okay,
but
so
I know it gets confusing.
she was saying, you just came in with bully behavior. And she immediately then went off on she and accused she of siding with Gabby and like she just went off on her. And I said, that's not right
I
because
didn't even know she was talking to me. I didn't take it
yeah, she was
personally.
talking to you after you called her a bully, then she went off on you. And
Oh,
that's why
okay.
I said what I said is like,
Well, I'm not the one hosting the damn
you
show, so
gotta
it ain't
watch
about
how you
me.
approach people because not everybody is going to take things like you can't come in there. And like that's what I was getting at about earlier is like when you only see certain behaviors and certain things, they
And the
come
only thing she
across.
did was prove your point. That's all she did.
Yes, exactly. And she's yelling at somebody who cannot defend themselves in the like you can't yell back in the way that you were being yelled at because
No.
then you get accused of being certain things
An angry black woman.
where
Well,
they would
she was
not.
coming
Yes, and
in.
that's why I brought it up. It was not anything. I never once compared her to a black woman. I never once said anything about
That
her.
actually was a
What I
comparison,
made
though.
comment about is
That
that
was a
I
But
mean, I guess, yeah.
she came in to address Gabby. Because
But
Gabby's
she,
running all over this app, but she won't box up with Feisty because she's too much of a pussy ass bitch to do it.
yeah,
But she's
Now
lying
you
on
see how you
Feisty.
talk. You see how
She
you
is
talk.
telling
Who are you?
lies on
Who's that
Feisty.
talking?
exactly. Yeah.
Just
She's
justice.
telling lies
What is
on
that?
Feisty, and Feisty has every right to defend herself.
I get that, right? But at the same time, there's a way to do it, though.
Yes,
You see how you're talking?
exactly.
By
You see
how?
how
By
you're
coddling
talking?
her? Because that's not
No, no,
seemed to
no, no, no,
work
no, no,
here
no.
lately.
What is your name? Who am I
My name
speaking
is
with?
just Joni.
Just
You
Joni.
can just call me,
Joni. My
just call
mother's
me
name.
Joni.
Great. Oh, even better. Can I call you JJ?
You can just call me Joni.
All right, Joni. Well, I got a problem with calling you Joni. That's my mother's name.
Well, that's my name. So,
All right. Well, I'll wear it out, Joni. No, seriously. With all due respect, right? I get that feisty, and I already said that too. I was trying to get through. I don't know if she heard me. She was too busy barking, right? And I'm meowing because I have no. This is not like my life. Neither is it yours or anybody else's on here, right? We just tune in when we don't have shit else better to do. And we, no, seriously. And then when whatever we missed out on, there's ways to catch up. Mustard too. But what we do is we tune in, we create our own opinions about it, and we keep it in our own heads and move on about our lives. And every once in a while, we might grab a box. Every once in a while, we might grab a few letters and type in this, that, and the other. But at the end of the fucking day, this is not our life. This is not our, this is not our community. We don't even live in a damn state as the woman.
I just want to
So
say
who
one
really
thing. Can we
gives a
please get
shit?
Spread Love out of here? She's a
Hey,
dangerous
listen,
Hey
I
guys,
don't
woman,
mean to
and
cut
she's
y'all
trying
off.
to fight
Excuse
unalive
me.
herself.
Excuse me. I don't mean to cut you
Big
guys
Bird,
off.
what the hell are we
hold on.
jealous
I
Let
know
of?
her talk
I
Move
now.
know
Gabby.
everybody's
Feisty.
in here for a good
Gabby
cause
doesn't
and
have
everything.
shit to be jealous of, bitch. Please.
Feisty, let me
Move
tell
it
you
on.
something.
Hold on,
No,
I'm sorry, Miss
seriously.
SHE, but hold on. This
Anybody.
takes precedence over what you got to say down there in the bottom row, okay? Miss Spread
In the
Love is
bottom
in this
damn
chat
row.
right here, and she likes to exploit unalived children. And
And
I
she's
just would
caused
like
my
to
friend to
make this
unalive
whole
herself.
live. I would just like to make this whole live aware that Spread Live, like Spread Love, loves to exploit unalived children.
Yeah, Spread
She
Love is not
exploits
good
my
news
best
at
friend's
all.
unalived son. And I
What's her
know that
name?
we're
Hold on a
all in a
second.
very
Ooh.
heated
Spread
conversation over
Love.
here, but she does not
Let me
Spread
get rid
deserve.
of
loves
her.
you.
All right, hold
You
on.
talking
Yeah,
about
can we get
me?
her out of here, please?
No, I'm not talking
I'll
about
No,
make
you,
her
we're
unalive
talking
SHE.
about.
herself.
You
No,
said the
ma'am.
bottom row. I'm the only
No, no,
one at the
no. I
bottom.
wasn't talking about you, ma'am. I was trying to
You
tell
talking
you
about
that I was
There's
trying to
equality?
someone in the
speak on
comments
somebody
that doesn't
else.
need to be here.
There we go. Okay, I got rid of her.
Oh, see,
Spread Love
I
is a
see
Okay.
it
very
all
horrible
coming.
human being. She
I'm
likes
on
to
the phone
exploit
like I'm talking to
unalived family
somebody.
members.
Okay, Feisty,
Make her laugh. Do something.
can we
Tickle her.
talk now
Excuse me,
that
hold on.
Where's
I would like to
Elmo?
talk to you, but I'm gonna let me hold on just a second. Let me
Big
educate
Bird,
Miss She
nobody's
down here.
jealous of Gabby.
Miss
Cut your
just hold
shit
on
out.
hold on just a second. I'm gonna educate She just a minute. I know that you're in here and you're caught up in this drama and it's all funny. It's ha ha. I'm laughing at it too. But that bitch Spread Love. That's not a funny person. She
No,
is
I get you.
exploiting, ma'am. She is exploiting unalived
Okay,
children
first
on
of
this
all,
app,
you don't have to
ma'am.
use
She
ma'am.
is financially enabling a lot of rug addicts on this app, ma'am. And you have a very
Oh,
small
now you want
following,
to
so I'm
use the
not
word
exactly
ma'am and
sure what you're doing
actually.
here, ma'am. But you don't
Okay,
need to be
cool, cool, cool,
laughing
cool,
at
cool.
Spread Love, ma'am, because she's
hold
a
on a
vile,
second.
vile human being. Vile,
And what are
vile.
you? What are
Big
you?
Bird. You
What the
know
fuck are
that
you?
I don't need to block you. You can
What the fuck are
touch
you?
What the
my
fuck am
toe
I?
Ma'am.
and push up.
Yeah, I
Let
got your
me.
fucking ma'am now.
You.
I'm
Let
not
me
being
tell me who
bossy,
you
but
are, and
ma'am,
I
I
will
got
tell
your
you who
ma'am
I
now.
am.
So
I
Tell
ain't
me who
down
she
there
you
with the
are, and I'll tell
booty
you
shit
who
where
I
you
am.
are in the dirt, I'm up here.
she hey she hold on one second.
Hey, what's going on?
So hold on one second. So
You need not to let that motherfucker back up here because I'm
no, hold
ready
on
to
a
catch a
second. Hold on a
plane.
second.
You know what I
Your
mean?
I don't
motherfucker,
want you to
bitch.
take
I
offense if we're
promise I
calling you
got your
ma'am because
motherfucker.
hold on
I
a
got
second.
it right
Your
here,
Hold on.
baby.
Hold
motherfucker.
on.
I
Why
got
don't you
that
Hold
call me
on.
motherfucker
ma'am?
right here,
Motherfucker,
Guys.
mouth
baby.
him,
I got
goddamn
it
it.
right
Okay, how do I
here.
mute?
Right
Mute.
fucking
Yeah, we
Oh,
both
here.
can
I've
get
got it
feisty
for you
now.
right
We
here.
both
how do
can
I
get
mute? Oh,
feisty. Matter of fact, my
I don't know.
period should be on in about 3, 2, 1. The fuck?
Hold on,
About
guys,
your
guys, guys.
period.
This is
We
I
can
taking a
can
have a
get
left
dick
turn.
feisty
measuring
too.
contest if you
Guys,
want to.
Yeah. And I
this
got
is
the
taking a
white
left turn.
flag and
Hold
waving.
on, hold on.
Give a
This is
fuck
hold on,
about your period, bitch. I don't give a fuck. You want to talk about
hold on. I want to say something real quick. You two should not be going
mute
at
me?
each
You want to
other.
talk about periods? Go
Oh, can we stop? Hold on a minute. I will
jab
unmute
jab.
you.
She likes to
I will kick you again
Gabby likes
until.
to talk about inserting her finger.
Okay, I will not be. overrun in my own live. So so what I was trying to say was, don't take offense to, her calling you ma'am. Only because she is from the South, and she kept calling me ma'am, and then she she tried to correct herself, and then she kept going back to it. So I don't think she was trying to be disrespectful and calling you ma'am, but the rest of that was a little uncalled for. So I don't think any of us need to be going at each other. Like, I only dropped her because she wouldn't let me get a word in, and I'm trying to like calm the situation, not keep it high rate. So anyway, so that's the only reason I kicked her, is just because, Big Bird, guess what? If you don't want to be in here, swipe up. I don't have to block you. You can do it to yourself. No, I didn't drop the others because they stopped when I asked. Actually, she is still muted, and I tried to unmute her. Yeah, I don't think she meant any, I don't think she meant any disrespect by the ma'am. That I don't think. I just think there is a way to talk to people, and I think that that's all that she was trying to say, is she doesn't like being disrespected and talked to the way that she
I said it. Hey, all I said was, you don't have to call me ma'am. And then she started saying ma'am in a different kind of tone. You know, you can say ma'am, and then you can like really dig it in.
Yeah.
Hey, guys.
Once you figure
Hey, can I
out
speak?
someone's like buttons, and
Hold
then
on,
you start
one
to
at a
press it
time. Hold
over
on.
and over again. All right, I apologize. I'm shutting up.
No. I was asking her to let you just finish what you were saying. I'm terrible at it, so I'll be the first to interrupt people, because I remember what I want to say, and then I have to like get it out or I'll forget. And so I'm very guilty of
Hey,
cutting people off, and I need to be better at it, but it's very hard. So,
I'm the
but
same way.
she does call everybody ma'am, because she kept doing it to me, and I was like, please don't call me ma'am. It
Yeah,
makes
well,
me
it wasn't
feel
no
old.
please don't call me ma'am situation. It was just like, all right, you can stop with the ma'am, right? And then once I said you could stop with the ma'am, you notice how she said ma'am about 5 times, and the way she said ma'am, her demeanor changed. The way she
Tracy needs to
said
call
ma'am.
1-800
Sometimes it's
behavioral.
not about
That's
what you
uncalled
say; it's
for.
about how you say it. And I think you're pretty much old enough to know, right?
Yeah, absolutely. There's
It's
a way
not
to
about
say
what
it.
you
Yeah,
say; it's how you say it. She
exactly.
completely turned this. She flipped it. And ma'am, come on now.
No, I'll give you listen, Feisty, I'll give you a box. It's just, I don't mind giving you a box. That's why I brought you back up. It's just,
I have all
you
fucking respect.
cannot,
I almost forgot who I
it's
was
my
talking to
live. And so when I
because
ask
I
you to
love
please,
her accent. You know what I mean?
it's it's when you like, don't, when you're yelling over and I'm asking you to stop so we can like talk, or so I can say something. I was trying to actually have your back there and say, I don't think that you meant it disrespectfully. And I wasn't even getting the chance to do that. So that's
Right.
why I dropped you, just so I could actually get that out.
And then she meant it disrespectfully.
No, I
Old enough to
understand
know
that Feisty
that.
wasn't the only one talking, but she was the only one that wouldn't. I kept like turning her mic off or muting, and she kept unmuting it. And so the only way I could actually get it out
I
was
don't even
to drop
understand how
it.
that's possible, but you know.
Yeah, I didn't know that
Listen,
either.
I'm only going to be here for a second because you fixing to drop me again, bitch.
No, I'm
I'm
not
not
going
going
to
to
drop
skirt.
you.
No,
I just was
see,
trying to say
you're
something.
interrupting me, and I just got here. You're interrupting me already, and I just got. I'm not going to skirt right past the fact that you guys said I was acting like a belligerent black woman in this
That's
chat.
not
I'm
what
not
I
skirting
said.
past your racist fucking rhetoric, and I don't give a shit what any of y'all say in this fucking box. It doesn't matter. You guys brought fucking race into this shit, and it's absolutely unacceptable. And I
Hey,
don't give two flying fucks how you feel about it. I don't care. You have no business bringing skin color into this at all. I don't care if you're black, yellow, green, or fucking purple. For you to say I was in here acting like a belligerent black woman says every fucking thing I need to know about y'all. So y'all can go sit on Gabby's side and keep fucking enabling her and contribute to the fact that baby
your
contribute
narrative
to the
of what
fact
I
that
said
baby's going to
says
be taken
everything
from
I need
her.
to know about
Keep
you.
contributing to the fact that he's going to be taken.
This TikTok shop says. Okay, so now back to what this originally was. Smoke. I actually messaged you because I know that you were trying to do some research too, and I was trying to do research, and I wanted to kind of like ask you some questions. So that's kind of why I brought you up. I wanted to talk and see what because I know that you've done a lot more lives and research since that live that I actually messaged you from.
Yeah, I haven't been watching Gabby that long. It's only been about like 8 months. And to be honest with you, it only took about a couple lives for me to realize that she was just full of shit, to be honest with you. I didn't watch no awareness channels. When I heard about her, people were asking me if I knew who she was. I heard of the Drama Twins, and that's all I knew. I didn't know too much about them. I just heard, just random things like she was a liar, or she was very overly dramatic. So I decided to go watch replay channels of her. I didn't want no commentary. I didn't want nothing, because I want to just base it off of my own opinion. And that's what I do with every single person I cover. I always watch it myself with no commentary. And that's what I did. And when she was talking about things that, I have and go through, and things weren't making sense because that's not how it goes, that's when I started really paying attention to her, because she says she has endometriosis, and the way she describes it, the fact that she's even on live when she is having her time with them, there's no fucking way. I am literally out of commission. There's no way. And I don't know. So I started paying attention around that time, and then she ended up saying she was pregnant, and then she said she had a miscarriage, and then I think a month or two later was the chemical pregnancy. I didn't know what a chemical pregnancy was. When I researched it, and then I started paying attention to how she was describing it and what she was saying, and every time she would say something, I'd have to look it up because I didn't know about it. And every time I'd look it up, it didn't match what she was saying. So that's where I came in. And when I started paying attention to how she treats her son, and she said that he was autistic. I'm not familiar with an autistic child. So I went and looked up moms who have autistic kids, and I looked up how their tantrums are, the soothing, the everything. I watched videos, and it was nothing like her son. And it's sad for him.
I'm so sorry to cut you off, but all the smoke, right?
Yeah.
That's a beautiful name.
Oh, and he is beautiful in person too. Like she's gorgeous.
I can already tell. My eyes don't even work, and I can already tell, right?
Yeah, she is. She's gorgeous.
So,
thank you.
What I'm saying is, every child, no matter how much research you do, like you can't label an autistic child off of black and white. Like, okay, because of that autistic, what really happened to me, right? What really set me off was about 5 years ago, I had a job at Boston Children's Hospital. And I'm sure they might do their research, and who cares who doxes me? You ain't gonna get shit out of it, but a bunch of court papers, right? So, and maybe whoever. And the thing is, when I was a patient sitter for children, most of my job as a security officer was to like keep autistic children. That was probably the worst assignment. Because when you walk in as a security officer, the worst thing you want is an autistic child. Everyone knows that. So when you get one of them autistic, sometimes you get cool ones, sometimes you get ones that are just like, oh my God, you're calling for backup left and right. And then some of them, it's like, wow, they were cool with you yesterday. Why are they doing this to me today? It could be anything that sets them off.
Oh, yeah.
You just don't know. They have a whole system of people that are supposed to be trained to handle, instead of restraining them, they have a team come in. I forget what the name is, and I really cannot at this very moment, but it is a team that comes in and they try to calm them down. They make it worse. So as an officer, you have no choice but to restrain them. And then when you restrain them, you feel bad. And then, you got the nurses to come in and give them a shot and make them go to sleep. Then you have other ones where you just don't know what you're dealing with when it comes to autists. They don't even know the full range of autism yet. This is just like coming out as far as, not just coming out as far as last year, but it hasn't been around for decades or nothing. It's been around, but it's never had a name. There was no medicine for it. There was no nothing for it. They're coming out with headphones just now. What? It's like, oh yeah, well that soothes them. Well, certain things soothe them. They don't know. And I'm around nurses that do not know how to handle these children. And then as an untrained individual, I would go in and just pick up one crayon. And that's the crayon that they've been looking for. That's what they were freaking out about the whole time. Little things like that. And you throw on some headphones and put down the crate and all kinds of crazy stuff. It's unnecessary. And it's like, get out the way. You're in danger. I don't think I am, even though I have been in danger, But working at that children's hospital really taught me a lot about how these kids work.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. When you see those kids, do you see that in her son?
Yes.
Because she says he's and I don't know if I'm saying it right, but a level 3 or a stage 3.
Listen, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a nurse.
I understand, but there's videos online of mothers who show it so that way they can help other mothers, other autistic mothers. And my whole problem is that Gabby did not learn, did not get him in therapy, didn't do all the things that I've seen regular autistic mothers do. They have the toughest job.
Right. Let me tell you what regular autistic mothers do. You know what they do? They throw them into the hospital and let security deal with them. That's what they do. Because they don't know what else to do. They don't want to lose them, and they don't want to whoop them. They don't want to, they don't even want to whoop them or get killed. So
who are these mothers? Because there's a whole community of mothers here, and I get a lot of my stories from there. They're amazing mothers, and some of them have two.
Where you are. What state are you in?
I'm in Detroit.
I'm in Massachusetts.
And I'm just talking about just even in this community. There's a community online.
For those that are listening, and for those that are playing the docs, I'm in Boston, Massachusetts. So I'm talking about Boston Children's Hospital. What I said earlier, sometimes there are just no resources, or sometimes there's no time. You just need to get this kid out because he or she is out of control. And you show up to the job and you get a report and it scares you to death, but that your job is to just sit there and make sure that this individual sits in the room and just stays in the room. And if he or she needs to go to the bathroom, you have to be their shadow for the damn 8 hours that you work. And sometimes, you know, within those 8 hours, they might have a little flip out or two, or maybe not at all, or maybe the whole 8 hours. But that's life. So there are resources out there, yes, but depending on the state that you're at, sometimes they aren't like readily available for like everybody. Sometimes it's just like, damn, you want to drop them off at the nearest fire station or something. No, seriously though. Like, all jokes aside, I use comedy to like get me through. I don't know about you, but you laugh before you cry. I know that. So, hey, sit down and do something. Nope.
So I'm going to be honest. Like, my son is autistic, and it took me getting him out of the school district. So he went, started in one school district in August, and by January he still hadn't been even evaluated for an IEP. So I got him out of that school district, and now he has an IEP. But I've never heard of these levels, like 1, 2, 3, or whatever.
And there's a
I've never
problem with
heard of those. Like,
evaluation. I got a
all
problem with
his
evaluation
documents
because you know what? If you bring your daughter, I mean, if you, Lord, if you bring your child to a doctor, you know what that doctor is gonna do? Fill them up with pills, right? So you don't do. Well, you got to bring them to a doctor, but you got to make sure you discipline them first. Now,
girl,
Yeah, but that's only if you let them fill them up with pills.
Yeah, I won't give my
no.
kid-
I'm sorry.
hold on,
You're
just
lying.
1 second.
You're lying. What
Hold on
clearance
one
do you have? What hospital do you work for?
Hold on.
Well,
What hospital do you
I don't
work for?
there anymore now.
Of course not, because you're lying out of your damn mouth.
So
I'm in Boston right now. Tell me what hospital you ever worked for that any child was ever treated that way. And you're talking about crayons.
she said it was Boston
Medical
Children's
Center?
Children's
Lies.
Hospital.
Boston Children's Hospital.
No, she didn't. What was your clearance at Boston Children's Hospital then?
What was my clearance?
Yeah, I'm an RN. What's your clearance? What do you do?
Okay.
You're welcome, Alyssa. Have her
Did
answer.
you just walk in?
Are you
Because I
joking
told
me?
you I was a security officer.
So you just stood there and ate your donuts? A security officer?
Wait, they had you as a security officer watch autistic children? Now I'm confused.
Exactly. Thank you. Thank you.
Let's not do the belittling or.
No. She needs to be honest because she's giving false
I know,
information.
but saying so you just stood there
When did I lie?
eating donuts is kind of belittling.
You're a
When did I
security
lie? Hold on,
officer.
let her
You
talk.
have no clearance at all. A security officer does not go to, as you stated, let's say, a school and pick up a damn crayon. Do not say that children just
Pick up a
parents
what?
drop their children.
No,
off.
she said she was saying she was at the hospital,
Yeah,
right?
she's saying that was at the hospital.
But why were
security
Security
officers?
details have
autistic kids
nothing
with
to
the
do with that.
security though?
No,
So the
hold on.
security
Now
there,
I'm just so confused.
Hold on, let me look at my
Hold on
phone.
a
Who's
second.
talking?
Hold on a second. So,
You talking about Pixie Girl?
I was working, like doing.
Okay,
I was trying to get my CNA, and I don't do well. with
Before
other
you
words.
talk, right?
But
Who
they-
said I was lying?
Oh no. She
did.
Smoke was
When?
saying.
Who?
Smoke was
Where?
saying that you were talking.
Can I
about
talk to her first before you start? Like, you know,
So
because
as
I
a
don't like
security
to be called a liar
officer,
now.
okay, so as a security officer, what do you
Pixie
do?
Girl. Pixie Girl.
I just asked you a
Right.
question.
Okay.
As a security officer, what do you do in the hospital?
My job was to make
Yeah, 'cause you don't have a
make
job anymore
sure
there.
that the child stays in the room.
Yeah.
No, you stay outside the room, actually.
Not
Oh, I
always.
said outside?
Yes, you do.
How long ago was this?
What the hell is going on today? Okay.
Answer
My
her question.
job
She just
as a
asked you.
security
How long
officer
ago?
was to keep the child inside the room. And when they needed to go outside the room, like use the bathroom, you become their shadow. You make sure you keep your foot in the door.
That's not true. That's never true, especially Boston. We have the best hospitals ever here in Boston. That is never true.
You sound like one of them lying ass nurses. Sorry.
Okay, so hold on a second.
You don't have that
There's not
authority.
bathrooms in
Yeah,
the
and you weren't the
rooms?
one getting beat
Not
the
always,
fuck up
no,
either.
because of safety.
We were
No,
the ones who
because
came
children
in
aren't
and
effing
saved
you up either. If a child is hurt or having an episode, they have restraints for them. Do you put those restraints on them? No. The
No,
nurses
you
and
gotta
doctors
call.
do.
Who do
You
you
stay
call
outside
in
the
order to put the
room.
restraints on? Woman? I mean, lady?
Excuse me?
Pixie?
So
Blow
I want
your
to say
mouth.
something. Okay, hold on. Let me say something.
All right, go.
So
You lower your.
hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. So
Wow.
hold on a second. So the hospital I worked at very briefly before I realized I could not take it.
You gotta call security in order to put those restraints on. We are the ones who put the restraints on.
Security was
Hope is
always
trying
the
to
first
talk. Let her
get
talk.
called. The security was always
We
the
are
first
the
get
ones
called.
who
They
put
are
the
not allowed to
restraints
touch the
on.
patients.
So you're telling me
Security is
you
always
work at
first get called.
Boston Children's Hospital?
Thank you.
And I'm
Host just
lying.
told you. Host just told you. You are not allowed to
What's
touch
he
the
saying?
patients. You
Oh
weren't
my
listening to the
Jesus
host because
Christ.
you're too busy talking over her. The
All
host
right.
also
No,
backed
no,
up
no,
what I
no, no,
just
no.
said. You're
I'm
not
talking
allowed
to
to touch
you
a
because you
patient,
called me a
a
liar.
child.
And I'm trying to find out where I was lying at, though.
You are lying. The host just even backed it up.
No,
You
she
as a
never. She
security
never said.
officer.
No, wait. I was only saying
All
that.
right, well, you
I
clean
was
it up.
only saying that because I thought you said that she was
Yeah,
lying
I
about
thought.
being by being a security officer, that she has no clue what she's talking about. And I was saying that that's not true. Is that in the hospital I worked at, which is Harrisburg Hospital, it used to be, they used to have a psych ward.
Oh,
Their
yeah, let's not talk
security
about beta.
guards are
Let's
always
not
the
talk
first.
about the beta ward.
They're always the first called, and
You damn right.
they are the ones. They're not allowed to touch the children. But I think she was saying what she
Oh, no,
witnessed. I
we
don't
were
think she was
hands-on.
saying. Oh, see, I just know where I'm from. The security guards are only allowed to restrain in the
An
extreme.
assistant.
Yeah,
Yes.
Oh,
like
Extreme.
my Jesus
Exactly.
Christ.
extreme case to where
Did
Right.
you
like
hear that
And we
she
were
said
just
that she
talking
keeps her
about.
foot? I'm answering the host. Excuse you. That she
it, like
said
we
she
could
kept her foot
only.
in the door. Did you
Yeah,
not
like
hear her
they
say
could
that and
Yes,
escort them to the
I put my
bathroom?
foot
That
in
does
the
not happen.
door.
That does not happen. Nope, it does not.
So the other thing is too, a lot of laws have changed. So I don't know how
Yes,
long
if
ago
they
she
are
was a
considered
security guard.
That's why I
suicidal,
asked
you
how
have to
long
put
ago
your
this
foot
was,
in the
Yeah,
because I feel like
door,
that's
keep
very
the door
important.
closed
yeah.
to
Oh,
a
now the
certain
door is
extent.
closed?
Yes,
Which
No,
the
is
she's
it?
door is
saying.
closed
Well, all the
within
smoke
width
asked
of your
you how
foot.
long ago. You still haven't answered that. It's been like 4 times now.
Oh, I'm so sorry. It's
I
getting
don't think she
loud.
heard it, honestly. So how long ago were you a security guard at
Oh my God, about 6 years
hospital?
ago now.
That's
Okay.
it? Oh, then that's a definite lie. That's
Yeah,
not
because
6 years ago.
I know
That's like
like back in the
25 years
day
ago
there
already.
was a lot of different
Then.
things. Like you could smoke in hospitals, and
Oh, okay.
so there's
All
like a lot
right.
of
Truth
different
be
things.
told, it's been about 11 years now.
Oh, so now it's another. Oh, wait, I thought it was 6. Now it's 11. Weird. In
Oh
Boston,
my. Well,
Massachusetts,
the
it's been over
universe
20
is moving a
years.
little bit too damn quick for me.
All the smoke
It's
asked you
been
like 20 minutes ago.
2014. 2014.
Well,
You
you
can
might want
look
to
it
put the
up.
drink down then.
Dox
If it's
me.
moving too
Hey,
fast for
let's
you.
No,
come on,
honey.
let's not do that.
No, because she's
This one
lied, what,
is
4 times
right for
now?
you.
I know, but
Oh no, I got a gavel. What the fuck? Who are you talking to?
who's got a
You.
gavel?
You.
Oh, I do.
Boston, Massachusetts. I'm right here. I'm your fucking neighbor.
So
You're
that's why
lying
I
to
was
everyone.
wondering, because
Right? Cheers.
I
I
know
don't
like a
Cheers
appreciate
to
that.
my
certain,
neighbors.
when that psych ward was still in Harrisburg Hospital, the security guards had a lot of job tasks that
Hello,
security guards
duties. That's what they
nowadays
call
don't
duties.
have. They
And
don't
not
have.
6 years ago or 11 years ago in Boston, Massachusetts, we ever had security guards putting their foot in a door with a child's room. Ever. And then
Well, I
she's
mean, I guess
saying
I
the
could see if
children
they
No, they
were
pop them
check.
checking.
off.
No, what I'm
I
saying.
guess I could see if they
Wow.
were
Can I
checking
clean this
on.
up? Can I
Yeah.
grab the mop and the broom? Thank you.
No,
What I
because
said
you already
was,
are the mop and broom.
Hold
You
on,
literally
let's.
lied like 1,000 times to everyone, and I don't appreciate, at the
no, what
very
I
least,
said
with
was
the
when I
almost
bring them to the
20,000
bathroom.
people in
Our
this
jo-
room, in this
Who?
live for this host, I do not appreciate that 20,000 people will assume that Boston, Massachusetts would ever treat children like that. Ever. Especially autistic children.
You gotta be fucking kidding me.
You gotta be kidding, because you've already been caught in a
You
million
got
lies
to
since
be
I've been up in
fucking
here.
kidding me. I really
So
don't listen. what I need you to
Dry
understand. Who
and
the hell are
full.
you?
Dry and full.
All right.
Exit.
Pixie
So,
girl.
okay, let's
All right.
refocus. Okay, let's
All right, let's
refocus
refocus
back.
after this, right?
Okay,
Can I
hold
get
on.
my damn rebuttal in first?
All right, let's.
I'm
Because
happy to drop,
otherwise,
but I do
what
not
she's
want any
telling me is
Boston
I'm going to
hospital.
be known as a liar to
You already lied.
20,000 some odd damn people that I probably will see one of these damn days.
You best be seeing me if you're going to lie about Boston hospitals like that.
Oh, I will
because we are the
headbutt.
best. And you couldn't remember if you were 6 or 11 years ago, even a security officer at one? Weird. And then you're saying
when you
put
get
a door to
older,
a children's
time
room?
passes by a little bit quicker.
You would never be allowed to put your foot in any door of a closed child room that's autistic.
Yes.
No, you are not.
There is no such thing.
Exactly what I just said. There is no such thing.
If a security officer is assigned to a child's room, there is no such goddamn thing as the door being closed. Do you understand that? Because if you, as a as a security officer, are assigned to a child's room, they're either homicidal or suicidal.
That's not true at all.
Not
I'm
autistic.
about to throw the fuck up. Hold on. Wait.
May I speak?
They're either homicidal or they're suicidal, right?
Yeah,
Not
That's not true.
So, hey now. So then why the fuck would they assign, excuse me, host?
You just keep drinking, don't you?
Oh yeah, we can drag all motherfucking day long and all morning, guys.
I said drink.
Don't you
drink.
ever. Oh, drink.
Drink.
There you go.
Is she mentally stable? Is that why she was fired?
Wait, let's
Yes. As a matter of fact, yes.
Not surprised.
They know me.
All right, hold on, guys.
Well.
Let's redirect. Okay, guys, stop.
Right.
Let's
what
stop.
I'm
Let's
saying
redirect.
is, all right, let's fucking direct this whole goddamn conversation. What I said was, as a security officer at the Boston Children's Hospital my job was to sit in front of autistic, well, some of them
She
were
can't even
autistic,
talk.
Right. I can't swallow. So
Can hold on a minute? Hold on.
Hey,
she.
I'm not in front of no man, so I can't swallow.
Okay, let's silence.
What I'm saying is,
What
seriously,
is
all jokes
going
aside, I wish you would shut the fuck up just for 1 second. What?
Hello. Can I
Let
speak
her
just
have
for 1
a
minute?
let her talk.
I want to go back before you even mentioned the hospital and what you did and all of that. You have laid out. Please let me speak without interrupting. I'm not being rude. I'm not being disrespectful. But I am a mother of a child that is on the spectrum, and the spectrum is huge.
Thank you.
It is huge. It is more than just the label of autism. You have PPD. You have, they don't call it Asperger's no more, but you have Asperger's. You have all of these different things. But what I do want to put out there is that as a mother of an autistic child, you learn your child. You learn the routine. You don't even have to do outside resources. Your doctor that diagnoses your child, which is not a neurologist by no means, they tell you that scheduling, routine, and discipline, not physical discipline, nothing like that, but you got to find what works for your child. Also, autism has been around for decades. Look as far back as how long Ritalin is a medication for autism. This is not something that just appeared 5 years ago. My child has been dealing with it he's 21 and he got diagnosed at 3.5 years old.
Yeah, mine's 14.
I don't think she was saying that it hasn't been around that long. I think she was saying that
everybody in your comments is asking
No,
you to
she
drop
definitely said it wasn't around that long.
Yeah,
No,
she
I think
definitely
she was
said
saying-
it wasn't around that long, and there hasn't been.
That's why I thought it was a
medication for
long
that
time
long.
ago.
What I said
I'm sorry. I thought she was saying that not that it wasn't around that long ago. It's that it wasn't diagnosed correctly that long ago, and they didn't really know what it was.
Host,
Well,
everyone in
mine's
your
been
comments are
almost-
asking you to
mine's
drop
been
sheet.
almost-
No, I'm at like
I did not
99
know.
plus comments because I was
did
actually
not
gonna.
know. I said
was
my
gonna
daughter
respond
is
to
27
somebody.
years old.
Well, all the
and
comments are just
she-
asking you to drop she, and they're literally even
Do you
tagging
have
Wow.
do you have experience on a daily basis with a child that's on the spectrum?
Nope. She doesn't.
Me?
And yes, you.
Please
No.
stop being naive. Oh, sorry. No, I'm not being naive.
What I
Just-
said earlier was my oldest daughter, who is now 27, she experienced, while I experienced certain situations and behaviors with her, like at an early age. And autism wasn't like the word wasn't around a lot as it is now today.
So
Okay?
do you
27
think your
years
daughter's
ago.
autistic now?
Oh, yeah. She had to be.
Has she been
I mean,
diagnosed
Jesus
now?
Christ, she was definitely. But her pediatrician never told me anything.
Pediatrician can't tell you anything.
No, the
No,
pediatrician can recommend services.
But yeah, they can't
pediatrician
tell
will
you anything. So
evaluate.
why are
Never
you
This
was
saying
is
a
the thing.
recommending
pediatrician told you?
A
services, nothing.
pediatrician will evaluate, and then they will referral out to
Yep.
specialists. Then, I mean, and it's not something that happens in a month. You don't
No.
get a diagnosis in a month or
These are
whatever,
things that
or one
what I'm
visit
trying to
to.
tell you is I'm
Okay,
not
so hold
like
on. Your
very
pediatrician told you that your daughter might have it.
A
What
host. Can
evaluations
you
and
let
what doctors did
Ashley
no.
you
up?
see?
Oh
What
my
doctors
Okay.
did you
God.
see?
No, I think she
She,
just she
I'm not
There was
gonna,
never
I'm
a
not
word
trying to
from
be
her.
signs.
There
disrespectful,
was
but I'm gonna
never
let some other people up here. I would love for you to stay in the chat, and I'm just gonna give some other people a chance to come up. I have like 10 requests for people to come up.
Can you
And
let
just, I'm
Ashley
only
come
letting
up?
you, I'm only was asking you to drop down only because you've been up the longest. So that's truly the only reason. I'm just gonna
No, I
like,
get it.
no,
And
I'm just
you
gonna
have
let
a good
10
night,
people.
okay?
I really appreciate you coming in, and
As well as the rest of you.
I followed you.
Have a good night, okay?
You too, honey.
Can I
Okay,
speak
let
now, please?
me, now I'm sorry.
Amon, have you read any of the chat that everyone
No,
tells you that
no,
you're
I'm
keeping?
like over 100 back. There was a lady in here, Dahlia,
Drop
that
her, drop her,
commented.
hurry up, drop her.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know how. Hold on. Let me. Okay,
Yeah, I don't know
sorry.
how to
Disconnect.
drop
There we go.
myself
I got you.
either.
I got it.
Yeah, everyone
So
in the
no, there was
comments is
a.
like begging you to get
Oh,
rid of
sorry.
her.
I'm sorry. I
Even
was.
before I got up here. And
There
I'm
was like a
sorry that I
lady
came up
named.
here loaded. I really am.
No, you're fine.
Being from Boston, Massachusetts, and being an
You
RN
got.
and
Oh,
having an
that.
autistic child,
Yeah.
I could not hear
Listen.
those lies. That's all.
Once
I'm
you said
sorry.
you were from Boston, that was a wrap because
I'm
I have a
so
friend from
sorry.
Boston and she will go. Oh, she will go for it.
I'm so sorry. I'm not
No, it's
usually
okay.
like that.
No,
I
it's okay.
literally left like another chat to be like,
I just am
no
very big
way.
about like not like belittling somebody just because we disagree with them. So
I
that's
was
all.
not
That
doing
was
that.
my. No,
I
I
was
just like
belittling the job and stating that it's incorrect. Boston
yeah,
has
and
different
that's all I was
problems
saying was
across the
wait, let's
country.
not call her a liar. Let's kind of like see where this is going, and that's all I
Well,
was asking.
after even all of
So
the smoke, she did lie. How many times? And I've only been up here for what, like 5 minutes? She did
so
lie.
She definitely
hold on.
gave
I
out a
want to
lot
go
of
back to this
misinformation.
comment really quick,
Yeah,
Please
it
so
was
I
understand
can.
messy.
that.
Hold on, guys. I want to go back to this comment here so I can kind of like go back through, get my messages up to date. There was a lady named Dahlia that came in and made a comment, and she thinks that it's not autism with that child, that it's ODD. And I do see a lot of the same behaviors my
I
daughter
agree.
has. My daughter is very hard to handle. Oh God, she tests every patient I have. But I did see, and this is why I did like kind of support the fact that maybe he did, is like I do see some of the same behaviors, like the biting and hitting and the obsessiveness, is like that my son has, like but my son's way of kind of taking his time to reset is watching his iPad. He plays Minecraft, and that's kind of like his zone to like kind of reset when he's overstimulated. So I think that is why I wanted to believe that that's what the case was. And this is where smoke with you is the live that I came in on. You were asking the right questions. Is about because you were very honest and said I don't know anything about autism, so could people come in and like tell me, and I'm going to do my own. You even said you're going to do your own research, and so there is some characteristics I do see with him that has it,
but I think it's a combination of autism and ODD.
You mean ADD?
No, ODD.
ODD.
Oh, okay.
ODD.
Sorry, my phone
Now,
wasn't hearing me.
ODD
I'm
is,
not I'm
I'm
not
going to
trying
say
to.
this wrong. So, equality, if you can say this correctly, please take over. Uh, a, I can never say it right. A fish, oh, it's called
Oppositional
defiance
defiant
disorder.
disorder.
Opposition defiance disorder. Did I say it right?
Yeah.
Opposition defiance disorder.
Yeah.
So my daughter has it, and I can never pronounce it. It's terrible. I always stumble myself with those words, but it's my daughter. My daughter tests me on a daily basis.
Was she actually
And
diagnosed with that though?
yes, yes.
Honestly asking. Okay.
Oh
By
yeah,
whom?
no,
Okay.
we go
If
back. We
I'm
actually,
not trying
she's
to.
not on medication, and I'm trying to learn. I'm not big on medicating my kids, so I'm trying to learn different ways around that. And
Well,
we go
that's why I was
back for a
asking.
follow
Like,
up.
how
Yeah.
long ago was she diagnosed, and by whom? What
Oh,
type of
only
doctor?
like 2 weeks ago. We haven't. We
Okay.
go back. Yeah, that was just her like initial 2 hour evaluation, and they said she definitely has it. So we go back for like the follow up and to go into like what the steps are to like get it under control, because I'm at my wit's end on a daily basis. Especially, I have a son with autism.
And how old is she?
She's 6.
Oh, okay.
But they're twins and they were early, so, and they both had bilirubins. I had like a liver disease.
Oh,
You only have it while you're pregnant. It literally goes away within 3 days of pregnancy.
yeah.
And my son has a different blood type than me, and they were poisonous to each other. So they were both on, like, both had bilirubins, and both were premature. I delivered him at 36 weeks. So I personally think a lot of that attributes to, some of these things. I think lifestyle and like all that. I think that all kind of attributes to some of these things. Because I don't
Host
think, and like
Aaron,
autism isn't like a missing chromosome or anything like that. You know what I mean?
can you let Ashley up?
Ashley, yeah.
Mhm.
Can
And
I
I
say
do want to
So,
say
something?
this: if your daughter has ODD, just some advice from another mother, right? That's
yeah.
been through it, and ODD is not really a diagnosis as much as it is a symptom of
Yeah, I was
what
gonna
is
touch on
really
that.
going on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
so
So it's
do
not like with the autism where like I can do things to, like with my son, I won't medicate him for his autism. I won't give
Aaron,
him
can I just say
anything.
something for
I
two
changed his
seconds?
diet,
Aaron,
took out
Aaron,
red dye. Yeah,
Aaron,
hold on 1 second. Hold on.
please. No, it's literally 5 seconds because I think Feisty needs to be up here. But I'm going to say something to that
Oh, I'm
SHE
not gonna
girl
let her up because I'm not. She kind of.
because she speaks the truth.
No,
Because
it's
people
not
don't
that.
like hearing
It's not
facts.
that. It's the
We're not
Because
doing
she
the
screaming.
has
feisty right
receipts.
now,
I
though.
can't do the screaming.
All right,
We're not
so
doing the feisty right
Pixie,
now.
Pixie, I'm gonna agree with you though. I'm from Boston as well. Hey neighbor. My thing
Hey.
is, my thing is that SHE girl that got to overtalk you all the whole time, Aaron, whatever your name is, and you left her up here, and she claims that they're gonna have security come in and take care of kids. No, what they're gonna do is they're gonna use the nurses in their units on their floors, and if it gets to a point where it needs to be de-escalated or whatever, they're either gonna call in a professional to down talk them, or they'll call in Boston PD. They're not gonna call in some rinky-dink donut eating fucking security guard.
So
That's
there's a
exactly what I
reason.
came up to say. So thank
So
you.
Thank
there's a
you.
reason that I didn't drop she and dropped Feisty, or I didn't drop anybody else when I dropped Feisty. It's because when I did ask she to please give me a moment and mute, she left it muted, and I tried to mute Feisty like 6 times, and she just kept unmuting herself and wouldn't let me talk. And I'm
I
not
think
gonna let
Feisty's
somebody.
had some time to calm down. I think she'll
Okay,
be
all right.
If
I
she
mean,
restored.
Well,
starts
I
that's
don't
fine.
think
yelling, you
calling,
can
I
drop
don't
her,
think
but
telling her she was acting like an angry black woman was right.
But that's not what
Feisty,
I
but
said.
if Feisty called you a cracker, would you feel the same way?
I wouldn't care.
You would, all
you're
right,
like a
I
but
new
didn't
it still
call
customer,
affects
her
certain
Pixie.
that. That's
people. It
not
still
what I
affects certain
said.
people.
That's not what I said. I did
But you're
not
giving out
call her that.
misinformation, and you leave that SHE girl up here to give out misinformation too on how Boston runs. Yep, Sterling Street, Boston, downtown.
Yes, I
Go to
can hear the
Boston Medical
accent.
Center. Go to fucking Boston
Oh yeah,
Children's
I can hear it
Hospital.
on her
They're gonna
too.
get the best care they're ever gonna get.
Very
But to
true.
sit there and say, as a fucking security guard, that they don't even walk around with a firearm in their fucking waistband is a fucking something. There are nobody in the hospitals. They're there to fucking sit and look at cameras on who's coming in and out of the fucking hospital, not
Hold on
fucking
one second.
kick down children and keep their feet in fucking doors.
Hold on one second.
Very true.
Hold on. Mama Llama, she keeps saying I'm muting her, but I haven't muted anybody.
Ash, thank you for backing me up. I'm glad.
You're very fucking welcome, because I stand
not
behind
me,
fucking
though.
Massachusetts Medical. Best
Right.
hospitals in the fucking country.
Wait, what are you at
This
BMC?
offers, just kidding.
Yeah, no. Do it for insurance?
No, I didn't hear what you said. You're where?
I'm in the Boston area as well.
Oh, I
I'm
thought
just
you said
saying.
you worked for BMC. I'm sorry.
No. I'm a medical assistant. I'm not a nurse or anything. But I'm just
okay.
saying, I'm not going to sit here and give the advice of a fucking and then pretend to be a nurse because I'm just a fucking MA. That's like a security guy giving the advice of a police, pretending to be a fucking police officer. I can't diagnose. I can't do
she was
nothing.
doing?
So she shouldn't be doing the same thing. You're a
Hey.
security officer.
You
And I don't agree with like what you were talking about earlier, Ash. Like the host, she definitely did bring up the race. The host definitely brought up the race issue.
Oh, I did. Oh, I'm not denying that I did. I said I did not call Feisty that or refer
Well, you
to
should let
her
her.
as
You should
one.
let Feisty in a box, and you two should talk fucking about
But
it.
I
She's
did
calmed
try
down,
to, and she wouldn't stop screaming
she
over
hasn't
me.
been right, but she ain't in the box anymore. So now she can. Now Feisty can fucking talk. She wasn't in the. She kept over talking Feisty and you
But she
allowed
wasn't
it.
screaming over me. And when
Okay,
I
so
asked,
let her
okay,
up.
listen,
I'm gonna drop
listen,
down. I'm gonna
listen.
drop down. You let her in the box. Have a good night,
When
everybody. Thank you.
I asked she to stop talking and I muted her, she stayed muted. Feisty kept unmuting herself. And
Well, I
that's
do have
where
to back
I do think Fausti's had some time to calm down, and she
and
did
I
say
will
in the
let her up.
chat
I
that she
have
will be
no
respectful.
issues letting her back up. But I'm not going to keep defending myself on why I dropped her down when I've said it 60 times.
I don't know where Feisty's from the south, but like us Boston
Yeah,
people,
She's
I'm from
Ash
the.
talk.
Listen,
not even in my.
That's kind of how we are. We're like aggressive. We're a
I'm
fine
from the
wine.
South as well, and our tone sort of comes off, and we all do say ma'am and sir.
Oh no,
and
I
that's
agree.
not a disrespect.
No.
That's no disrespect at all.
Oh no,
And
I'll disagree with you on that.
And
I'm from the
mine's
north,
again.
but I'm very well aware that the south.
We've
I will
seen
say,
it.
bless you. Have a blessed day,
I don't
ma'am.
see her in
No, that was.
Well, I'm not from the South. I say the same things.
But you
But
know,
we tend to be
hold on,
loud,
I'll
and we don't
finish. Hold on.
realize
She's
it.
not. Okay, there we go. She wasn't
you
showing.
know
She's
that you
still
can do
not.
that.
Oh, there she is. Okay.
With like an attitude.
Sorry, you were not
bless
showing
you.
in there. Okay, you were not changed. You were not showing in there. All right. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Where did this?
She's right there. What do you mean?
I have no mods, so how would I be muting anybody? I don't even.
From your own phone?
Yeah.
You just mute.
Oh no! But I'm saying I haven't muted anybody.
Okay, so I'm just going to say what I got to say, and I'm going to get the hell out of here because this is it. This is absolutely ridiculous.
For the fifth time?
To the SHE lady that was down here in the bottom corner, you did nothing more than check IDs and scan badges at the fucking front desk of that hospital. There is no way in hell they ever allowed you around any children to restrain them or to do anything with them. And Miss Aaron, for you to allow her to continue to sit in that bottom box and disregard and disrespect children on the spectrum the way that she did says everything I need to know about you. And then for you to tell me that I sounded like a belligerent black woman, I think the best thing for you to do is to end this live, because I promise you I'm going to spend the next 7 days talking nothing but mad shit about your ass.
How about so anybody know how to unmod somebody without them like showing up? Because I think somebody's right. I did have one mod, and I think that that's maybe who is muting this person. Does anybody know how to do that?
I think it's funny.
Why wouldn't you want them to know, though?
People came up saying exactly what I said, and they got gifts.
I'm sorry.
Ash from my area.
I'm sorry. What did you say?
I'm just making fun. I'm like, I got 0 hearts or roses, but Ash comes up and backs up what I say. Feisty comes up, backs up what I say, and I got
Does anybody know
nothing.
how to do this? How do I go to my mod list? Does anybody know?
Oh damn! Now I got $2.99. Oh, you guys so cute. I didn't know, Ash.
Good job. Good job, Pixie. Good job.
I think it's funny though.
I just came up because
I'm just having fun.
I got it.
I just came up because I can't stand by the misinformation on trying to say what she said about autistic children.
Yeah.
Like,
So I
don't-
kind of checked out when she was going on and on because I was reading the chat, so I kind of like checked out and kind of. So now, could somebody tell me what was she saying? Somebody said in the chat something about she referred
say
to
two
children
things.
as
She did not
animals?
do that. I mean,
She
also
said
a
on the
nurse, we
panel-
have staff on call to come in and take care of. We do not have a guard come quote unquote babysit.
Amen.
It's a liability. It's a liability. She is lying. She's full of it. Also, her little comment to moms of children with autism, they just come dump them off there. You're full of it too. Because my best friend has a non-verbal child, and he is 21 years old, and she's still with him every day and has never dumped him off. You're full of it, lady. You're full of it. You're full of it.
Yeah, that's why I came up, Sam, because if I don't know if you're from Boston or Massachusetts.
I'm not from Boston, but I'm from like Montana, but she's full of it. I have friends that have worked in Boston. I myself went there when I was a child to get diagnosed with a very rare disease, and they're top notch.
Yeah, we don't.
I've never heard of a parent. So somebody said, Jenny, no mother would ever dump them off. That's one thing I was confused about, and I also want to address something else that people keep saying in the comment. No, I had my messages stopped on Dahlia's comment. So my messages said like 100 and something, and I didn't scroll up. That's why I addressed that comment so then I could. And by then, it was already done with, and Pixie had already given her opinion on what was going on.
I'm also curious. She said that there's paperwork in court for what happened at the hospital. I'm really curious to know what she did to be drug into a court case from a Boston hospital.
Wait, she said that?
Wait, what?
Yes.
What?
That was at the very beginning. She said you can dox me, whatever. There's court papers all about it from my job.
She did say that. You're
She
right.
did.
She did.
Oh, I missed. I
She
didn't hear
did.
that.
It was so
So
quick.
obviously she overstepped the line on her quote unquote security guard. And her foot in the door? No. That's a privacy thing. It's
Yeah,
a
you can't do
privacy
that.
thing.
I couldn't believe she said that, and then I can't believe I didn't hear her say it in regards to
I'm so
court documents.
irritated. I mean, the
Yes,
whole like
Boston has the most amazing.
parents just dump them off. No, it would never ever happen. Ever.
Yeah, I agree, and that's why I came up like people on here on the panel know. Like I came up here like really heated. I literally left another chat to come up here just to
Like if we
Call it
don't
out.
have like there's staff on the floor, there's staff on other floors that are actually trained to do like the holds, the restraints.
the proper
And then we
restraints.
also have people on call to come in.
Yeah, we don't have any security guards whatsoever putting their feet indoors or looking for crayons that she was talking about, or can't remember that they worked somewhere for 6 years or 11 years. That's weird. And then you can hear her in the background slamming her table when I say she needs to stop drinking. Like she just went above and beyond.
And then her words
anybody-
to
hold on one
babysit
second,
them.
hold on,
It
hold
never
on.
happened.
Does anybody
Never babysat. They have a staff member come in and sit with the child.
Never ever,
Not
never
a
in my
guard,
life have
ever.
I seen a security guard walking a child to or from a bathroom. In Boston, all rooms have their own bathrooms, by the way, especially for children. We do not have bathrooms outside your room ever, unless it's the ER, for example. And if you're admitted to the ER, you go right up, especially as a child, and you go to the pediatric wing.
I want to
That
make
doesn't
it
happen.
very known, and I'm not
They're not going to
talking
leave
about.
a child with autism or on the spectrum or fetal alcohol or anything. They're not going to leave them in a very busy ER to let them get overstimulated and then have a behavior.
that makes sense.
Like
Yeah, and
It's
then she
just
actually stated that oh god, it was on my tongue, but I was trying to listen to you.
All right.
Not about the bathroom thing, but that all autistic children that she dealt with apparently were like homicidal or suicidal.
that was
I don't know.
That's
She made them
so
sound
off
horrible.
base, right? That's so off base, Mo. Like, I'm like, and that's why I was like, how much have you had to drink? That's so wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Annabelle, we are talking
People
about
need to realize
autism
though.
children in general, and that's what we are talking about.
Can I speak now, please?
she spread a
Absolutely.
she
let's
spread a
She's
lot
been
of
trying to walk. She's
disinformation.
been trying to talk for a while.
So I'm gonna hop out, but
You're fine.
thank you.
Thank you.
My turn?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry, I'm really nervous, but
You've been so patient.
Yeah, I've been waiting like for
Yes, you
hours,
have.
but I'm very nervous, so just bear with me.
It's
It's
okay.
hard to follow, feisty, and all that smoke and everything. But yeah, you see, everything was going real good until Gabby and her gang came in and they derailed the whole thing, and that's what they want. They want us to be silent, and it worked.
So are you guys thinking that is? I'm just asking a question. Are you guys thinking that she, like SHE, that was on was a supporter?
But she had no knowledge of autistic children at all. She was rude.
Well, I know I let her kind of go and ramble on. I was reading the chat and I was trying to give everybody their chance at saying what they needed to say. So that's why I continued to let her talk. But I figured that anybody who then would, like Pixie did, she said that's not true. She kind of spoke up, and that's what I said. I never said I wasn't reading the chat. I said I was reading the chat.
I think you were played, honestly, in regards to before. I only came
The initial
to the autism
initial thing, yeah.
You were played, but you played your part as well in regards to the. You probably don't want to think.
I'm not blocking.
You made a racist remark. You made a very, very racist remark. Like, I have a mixed.
Okay, and I will take accountability for that. I wasn't meaning it to come across that way. I was simply trying to. My point was that.
And I think that's why Feisty came at you.
Her, she couldn't go back at her like that.
I'll let you own your shit, but I'm just saying, I think that you were played. You played your part. I think Gabby enjoyed that all of this turned into everyone turning on each other type of thing.
Exactly.
But like, again, you played your part.
Hold on a second. Mama Llama, I never, ever once said that I wasn't reading the comments. If you actually asked some people, I said I was reading the comments. And that's why I got sidetracked.
The comments when she was up.
Can I finish?
Oh no, not when she no, I was reading them the whole time, but I was backed 100 and some. I was on Dahlia's comment is what I said. I said I was on Dahlia's comment because Smoke asked me if I read the chat to kick her, and I said no, I was reading a comment and I'm behind. That is what I said. That's exactly what I said.
Running the Wolves. So you're a Gabby supporter, apparently.
I'm trying to figure that out.
No, I'm just reading a comment. That's all.
Because I thought I've seen that person. I thought I've seen that person.
Clap back, Gabby and supporters. I'm waiting. You have nothing about.
Sorry. Okay, let's go back and let. Sorry. Yes, I'm sorry. Somebody who brought that up, and I'm sorry, Nibble.
Okay. Hey, I have twins, 11-year-old girls. One is autistic. One has emotional dysregulation, ODD, and ADD. In my opinion, it's only my opinion, I do not think that Cam is autistic. I'm not a doctor. I think he has ODD. Because most of us, as mothers of autistic children, as soon as our kids were diagnosed, we ran out there and we did everything we could to help our children. And Gabby didn't. She sat on a live for hours and hours. She'll say, I'm a hater. And I just want her to stop using that label on him all the time. And she has done nothing. Like yesterday, she had said, I'm doing this for all the mamas that have kids with autism that can't do anything. And I'm out there doing it because I want my kid to thrive. Well, we're actually out here doing it while she's been sitting on a live giving him an iPad. My kid has had BSC services. She's still in social skills. She plays sports for the school. I took a parenting class that was designed for kids with special needs. Gabby's in some basic class, which I don't understand. Like, they should have, if he's autistic, he should be in a class, or she should be in a parenting class for kids with autism and other, and behavioral problems. I believe that Cam, it's learned bad behavior. He sees
It's the product of the environment. It's,
he sees her bite. He sees her scream.
I agree.
You're right. It's the
I think
product
it's
of the
very-
environment.
I think autism, though, nowadays, and even, I'm sorry, ODD is so overdone.
It's kind of like the word narcissist. It's overused.
And it's like
Too young to be diagnosed at that time anyway.
And even like children that are lashing out or whatever. And I'm sorry, host Aaron, your daughter's 6, and she's apparently just 2 weeks ago diagnosed with ODD.
I'm sorry. Repeat that one more time. I was getting my medicine tray.
You said 2 weeks ago your daughter, who's 6, was diagnosed with ODD. I think that's a little over the top. I think it's extremely presumptuous.
See, I don't know. I'm, like I said, we go back August 21st, I believe. It's right before school, sometime in August. I have to look in her app. But we go back because I need to learn. I don't know I don't know anything about it. They're saying that her behavior issues are ODD and that she presents ODD symptomatic.
And I don't live in your home. I don't live in anyone's home. I'm just giving a little tidbit. I think sometime our nurturing and how we treat kids nowadays has a big effect on it. And doctors instantly, and I've worked for even pediatricians, I could feel that they want to get you out, get you in, get you out. And here's some meds. This is your kid's problem. And it doesn't really work like that. You have to work with your children no matter what basic or real diagnosis they have. If it's not cancer, you know what I mean? If it's not something physical that you can see, then you might want to work at home more with the child.
Well, see,
that's what I'm saying. ODD is a symptom, whether it be a symptom of how you're parenting. Because listen, all mothers, we have a point in our life that we look at our child and we give in when we shouldn't, and we're like, they probably should have been disciplined, but our heart overtakes us sometimes as mothers, right? And that's how ODD can be developed, because we let our feelings and our emotions blind us to what we really should be doing as a parent. And all mothers make mistakes, and that's a given, right?
Yeah.
But I think that's where ODD comes in, and it's just any type of behavioral issues. If you bring it up at the pediatrician, that's what they want to say. Oh, they're oppositional defiant. They're oppositional defiant.
Yeah, and that's why I want to learn more, because I feel like that's like when I said to her, like, what can I do? She's getting in trouble at school. Like her report card, like from kindergarten, is we can't keep her on track. She wants to just get up and talk no matter what we try. We've tried reward system. We've tried this. We've tried that. And
what do you do
when she gets in her moods, she doesn't want to listen to anybody. Like,
okay, so answer yourself, not just us, but answer yourself this question. What do you do at home?
We've tried everything, honestly. I don't know what else to do.
Okay, well, name some things.
We've tried, like, for punishment wise, like, we've tried timeout. I've tried taking things from her.
And how long do you take? Because I assume she has a mini electronics.
No, she doesn't have any electronics.
Well, you said she plays Minecraft.
No, her brother. Her brother does.
Okay. And do you think that's appropriate to calm him down, to give him an electronic? Or should he go outside and go for a walk?
That's what he does when he's overstimulated. And that's what the person that I was working with through the behavior clinic, whatever you want to call it, like, I don't know what they're called. It's Like
Part
it's,
of his care plan for his cool down.
it's like TW Panessa. I don't know what they actually do because I stopped taking him there because they just kept saying we want to do more evaluation. And I didn't feel like I was getting any progression with care, which is why now he goes to, like I said, the psychiatrist or the psychologist, whichever the heck it is. But they recommended, when he's overstimulated, if this is something that he can do, with it also being like a learning thing with the Minecraft, let him do it if that's what he's going to like calm down with.
Okay, so do you live in like a suburban area?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can go like fishing. You can go
Oh yeah.
Do you do that?
Yeah, I used to live along the Susquehanna River. Oh, I'm sure I'm like saying this like you guys people live in PA. So I used to live within
it. I'm not that far from it, so.
So we have this really big river, and I used to live within walking distance, and I used to take him down and like skip rocks or look for crayfish, and he loved that. But it still wasn't helping him kind of like go down the whole way, like calm down the whole way.
Hey, Aaron.
Yeah.
You know how much work it took for us to get our kids to where they are today. I've watched Gabby for maybe 6 months. I saw her maybe a month, and I realized. But how can you watch her that long, knowing how much work it took us to take care of our kids and get them to where they need to be, when she just wasn't? She was staring at her phone the entire time.
Yeah.
And still believe that she's a good parent.
Oh, I never, those words never came out of my mouth. So I'm saying that I felt that there was symptoms of autism.
Well, his aversion to having his teeth brushed, she admitted they held him down. She created a traumatic experience for him.
Yeah.
The body training, she didn't put time into it. The speaking, she didn't put time into it. She did nothing to help this boy.
Hold on, I'm sorry, 1 second. Mama Kay, I don't stutter. I actually have issues with talking from a TBI. But thank you.
Host, can you change the layout so more people can
Yeah,
get
how do I
the
do
live
that? Just tell me how to do it quick. Do I go into settings?
Yeah, you just go into settings and change your layout, because they're telling me in the comments that other people are wanting in the box.
Because it said,
and you can have more people in the box if you do the layout.
Okay, because it said, hold on.
There's already 2 more people in the box. I don't think you need any more at this point.
Yeah.
Actually, I just want to say,
I'm just relaying what they're saying in the chat. That's all I'm doing. It's up to the host how she wants to handle it. But I'm just, I told them I would.
I just don't. Hold on a second. Let me try and do this. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Smoke.
I just want to say 2 things, and then I'll get down to it. You can
oh no, you're fine. I actually I wanted you to be up here.
I know it's getting late though. I looked up and I'm like, I can't even believe I'm still up. But just 2 things. It's like listening to you guys. Like, I appreciate you guys even coming up, because I'm very uneducated in all of this. So and
yeah, I'm learning.
So I'm learning a lot.
Me too.
But hearing this ODD, I have heard it more often this past year. I feel like more than ever. I don't know what it is. I'm unfamiliar with it. And when I see C and how he behaves, when I had got with my ex, our daughter was 2 years old. She's not biologically mine, but she when I tell you, she acted just like him, just because he was a single father and let her do whatever she wanted. There was no discipline, no nothing. She ran that house.
Oh,
and
stepmommy
me. Yes. And when I came in, I made the decision to quit my job and be a stay-at-home mom, because she needed me. You know what I'm saying? So I threw myself into her. When I tell you, I was on the phone with my mom crying because I never experienced a child like that before. It only took me about 2.5 weeks to get her straightened out. And that's because I took all the time, everything I had into her, because I could tell that it was going to affect her with her. I mean, even seeing her with other children, parents didn't want their kids around her. So that's why when I watch C, I feel so bad, because I know all she has to do is do the work. So I genuinely don't think that he has autism. I think that it's a lack of parenting, and only because, and I'm just basing it off of my experience, and that's it. And just even with everything and the way that there is just no consistency in anything that she does. There's no way he should not know his colors or how to count to 10. He's 4. And it's just unacceptable to me. So, and then lastly, I've seen a bunch of Gabby supporters in here. I missed you guys in the first live I did, so I'm hoping that all y'all are there in the next supporters live I have, because you guys support her in her chat, but when I had a live, I didn't hear from nobody. So I want to throw that out there since you guys are here in the chat. I'm respectful. We can have a conversation. I'm not going to be rude or disrespectful to you, or as long as you're not disrespectful to me, we'll be fine. And
so
listen,
I just want to hold on one second. I'm sorry. I just want to address some comments. So I was on a live this morning with Autumn. I don't remember, but and some other people. I never once said that she was a good mom. I never once said that. Those words never came out of my mouth. I never said we needed to be in jail. I said that people who bully and people who cyber stalk, it is against the law. And there is people using like the stamp that's what says Fair Use Act or whatever. In the state of Florida, that's actually, it doesn't matter. So, and that's what I said. The people that do that should be in jail. It's not a matter of paying a fine or like a civil type. You can't sue over bullying. That's a criminal, not a civil. Right. And I actually brought.
Can I ask you a very serious
Not to interrupt
question?
the host, but I just want to say thank you for saying that, Smoke, in regard to, nature versus nurture. Because no offense, I don't give a F about Gabby. I don't give a shit. She's a POS. I don't like her. That's my opinion.
Can you please tell everyone to stop bullying Pixie for not having a degree?
No. That's only Gus. Whoever that is.
Say nobody's bullying you.
No, it's Gabby's sister. I asked Gus what his degree was because he came from me.
Okay.
Because I'm like, I'm an RN. What's your degree?
Now you support her. I never once said she's a good mom. I said I support her on the bullying. You can repeat your narrative all you want.
Opinions, that's not bullying.
Okay, Gus, no one's going to listen to you, number one.
That's my opinion.
No. There is a difference. And I even actually brought that up to her when we were talking originally at the beginning of all this, which is what it was, supposed to be, is not everything that's been said or done is, no, I didn't. Go watch the live. I'm sure it's recorded somewhere. That is what, so I even said to her, I said, not all of it is bullying, so that's why I did ask her, like, what do you consider bullying? Because,
I just want to say thank you to Smoke. I'm sorry to interrupt again.
I love Smoke.
I appreciate that, Smoke. Okay. In regards to being a stepmom, raising, doing you, I'm doing it as well. And I understand the aspect of, is it autism? Is it ODD? Is it ADHD? Is it really?
Is absolutely.
No, I didn't. Stop putting words in my mouth.
Wild. He's not, you can't compare every child the same. He's got his point across is hitting. Y'all are like concerned about the wrong stuff.
So you correct that behavior. That's what you do. You have to be consistent about it.
But listen,
so
she's
you learn how
correcting
to do it.
She's correcting it by popping him, though. That's going to make him more angry.
I agree with that. 100%.
He wants to be heard. That little boy,
any child. I want to say this: any child will do whatever they can to get attention, whether it be positive or negative. It's a sad situation when the internet can understand the sentences that this little child is saying when his own mother cannot. That speaks volume to me.
Yes, I agree. But sitting there popping him, or you can't, this is not something you can punish out of a child. I have a child that's 7 years old that is just like
See,
You're right.
I got
You're
him
right.
in speech therapy. I got him in OT. I got
You,
him in behavior therapy. He is on
absolutely.
ADHD medication at 7 years old because we repeated kindergarten twice. She's not doing the steps, and beating him or popping him in the mouth, whatever she's doing, is not helping. She don't have structure. She
Absolutely.
don't take the time to understand him.
And
Like,
the
y'all are
first thing
all
a
worried
behavioral
about.
specialist will tell you is your child needs a routine. Your
Oh
okay,
yeah.
my
Oh
child
yeah.
spent 10 years of his life in OT, physical therapy, all the things. He could not button a shirt. He could not tie his shoes because his brain cannot comprehend both hands working with two different objects at the same time, like two strings, uh, where it takes two hands. He struggled really bad with a lot of different things. And you got to find what works for your child.
Absolutely.
Isn't it a slap in the face whenever Gabby will sit there and say, "Oh, he's autistic. He's autistic," and she just won't do anything.
I
She will
will
sit on live.
say,
It's a
I
slap
will
in the
say
face to autistic
speech
mothers.
I will say speech delay and what he's going through will show signs of autism. No, she has not had him tested. No, he is not autism. But yes,
He
it
was
will
too
show
young.
signs.
Okay.
He's
He
not too
was.
young.
He
Hold on
I
one
was.
had
second,
my
guys.
son tested at 3 years old. He is
No,
not too
she was
young.
saying when they were in Illinois, wasn't he like 2 then? I don't know, but wasn't he like 2?
Guys, hold on one second for me, real quick. Hold on one second. So Emily, I've not yet. I've been on longer than I ever planned to. I've yet to say one bad thing about Gabby, and I'm not going to.
She hasn't said anything. She's actually defended her, and she has been piled on by a bunch of people. So you
Yeah.
come in here and you don't even know what you're talking about. We've
And then
all held her.
is you said Gus
Not in
Gus
my
is,
fold when she said he was first diagnosed. There's no
did
way.
you say Gus Gus is
Yeah,
Danny?
Gus is
Danny, I've
something.
never once spoke on you. I actually have said I don't know anything about you to
You
speak
should
on
just
you.
block Gus because it's like a
Well,
fake account. I've already
I don't
looked
know.
at
I
it.
just kind of like, but she just said just not to no, just take the iPad away if they don't listen.
No.
They can
Gus has
suffer
literally
without.
tagged me 1,000
She
times.
said they can
I'm the only
suffer.
one. Let me
So
finish
she
talking.
said they can suffer without the iPad until they learn.
Gus has
Unfortunately, that's
tagged
not
me though because
true.
I said
You
I don't
can't
like
suffer
Gabby, and
without
I'll
an
be the one
iPad.
saying I don't like Gabby. I will say it.
Gus isn't
I don't know
Danny,
who
so it's
Gus
not
is.
Danny. Okay.
I'm not
That's not
saying
Danny.
who Gus is, but Gus,
Okay.
as soon as I first said, I'm the only one on this panel that will say, I don't like Gabby. I don't care about that situation. I think she's a horrid parent. That person has just been in the comments adding me, and I don't
Oh,
know
okay.
why.
I don't like her.
So it's not Danny. Okay.
Thank you.
I've said it plenty times in my video, but that doesn't mean that I don't care for children in general. And I think that's
Right.
where a lot of her
Yeah.
supporters aren't.
And that's
getting
kind of where my support started is like I said, is I do see characteristics like the biting. My son does that. The throwing things,
Because
my
he's
son does
frustrated.
that. The repetitiveness and the only like she'll put music on and he will scream at her until she puts on what he wants, and my son does that. So that's kind of where I think I kind of looked at, okay, I see a lot of the same things that my son has, and that's why I thought, how do we know that he does it? Like, why are we like? I know that I know that there's a form that says that, but there's other forms too that I have seen that are different.
But the sick thing is, now that she has watched everybody and has learned all the lingo and the stimming, looking up the stimming, now she's, oh, my child does that. We've watched this boy on this app for how long, and he has never done it. A mother of an autistic child can pick up on it. I could go to the store and say that kid has autism. You know what I mean? Just by, but if they're, you know what I mean? I've been around them. Now she can go to the doctor and say, my child does this, that, and the other. And I'll say, oh, he's autistic. And then she'll come back and say, see, I told you all.
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
feel like
me
she's
as a
a-
mother, me as a
Ben
mother of
Ryan
a,
in the chat, she said, why didn't you talk to her about this when you were interviewing? Because I
only brought up about the autism after she said no, it was okay, we could talk about him. And I only brought up the autism because that was something that was talked about a lot. And actually what I brought up was, can we stop talking about that? Like, is this something that people can stop talking about? And
She's a Google
then
queen.
after that, I said, can we please stop talking about this person, that child? And that's when it ended. And so no, I didn't continue talking about that subject. So that's why I didn't bring it up when I was interviewing her, because I was trying to keep it about the bullying, because that's what I was supporting her on. That's
But
why I
she's
was
a
trying to.
Google
I do
queen,
want to
and then
bring
she
this
brought up.
up.
Hold on, let
Yeah,
me.
go
I
ahead.
was in her actual live before she went to you, Aaron.
Uh-huh.
So I saw her. I was in her live before she came going onto your panel, and she was talking about paying it forward, paying it forward. Oh, don't bully me. Oh, don't bully people. Help people. Pay it forward. So I literally, because I have cancer, so I literally, I didn't even mention that, by the way. I'm fine. I'm not
I
fine,
know,
but
but
whatever.
still.
Like, I was in the chat and I go, you want to pay it forward? You want to show it forward? I go, will you donate me $1? And I didn't say why. And then she shut her comments off effing instantly. And that's what pissed me off. Yeah, right? I'm like, B, you want to pay it forward? Then can pay it forward. Like, you're talking about bullying and showing your meds on a live. Do you want to see how many meds I take? That I get to put in my chest, literally,
I'm
intravenously?
sure.
Like, I wanted to, I don't have to shave my head now, but I wanted to shave my head like Britney Spears.
Oh, and you have the most gorgeous long blonde hair.
Not no more.
Oh my god.
But
Hey,
I
Aaron,
just,
can I
I
say one
went
more thing
bad
before we
shit.
go?
I went bad shit. Like, you want to pay it forward. You're blogging comments. Then effing pay it forward. Donate me $1 then. Show your stupid chat. Show the internet with your acute PTSD that we're affecting you so much that you're still here that you'll pay it forward for anybody. Not just me, but anybody. $1.
Yeah.
You think I'm going to do that?
I do have two questions, and I'm going to drop, I think.
Yeah,
The
go
first
ahead.
one is, me personally, as a mother, I never went around defending my child's behavior with labeling him as autistic, even
Right.
though I knew, because to me, I didn't want my child to feel like he was different than everybody else. I never defended his behavior. I always did what I thought was best, keeping him on schedule and all the things. He got disciplined, not physically, but because physical did not work with that child, it was taking away things. Second, secondly, hold on just a minute, bud. Secondly, I do have a question. Would Gabby even be bullied if she didn't do the things she did on live?
Nope.
No, I
No.
You
think I
can
said
have
that
a
earlier. I think if
platform.
she would have stuck with the lighthearted, funny, dancing side of her, I don't think it would be where it is today.
If you're getting bullied, why do you keep going on live? That's my main question to her at
That's
the
very
least.
true.
If
That's
it's
very true.
affecting your child and your family in the way that she says it is, why would you keep going live? It just doesn't make sense.
Right.
That's true.
Why would
I
you keep
guess.
showing your child to the bullies that you said she says that we go after her son? Why would you stick a phone in his face then?
Exactly.
That's
And
true.
it's creepy.
It all right, I'm gonna get down. Thank you
I
for
really
inviting me.
appreciate
I
Smoke.
appreciate it.
I'd love to chat with you some more then. And
Okay, just message me. And
yeah.
I am so proud of every single one of you who are mothers and doing a great job. And I'll see you guys later. And good
You too,
night or good
Smoke. Have a
morning,
good
You have
night.
such
whatever.
a good heart, and I just want you to know that you have such a good heart, and you're very calm demeanor, and
I
you
wasn't
say
always
things with
calm.
such grace, and I love that, and I respect that out of you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate it. All right, good night, guys.
Good night,
Night.
all smoke. Thank you. I do want to
Hey,
say
Aaron,
this.
I have one more thing to say, and then I'm going to go as well.
Yeah, go ahead.
You just
Right
stole
now,
my
Gabby.
line. I was gonna
Sorry. Hey, Gabby's been running around here lately saying, well, I got these text messages. Look at them. Well, I remember that night she was standing at the table and Aaron had just left the house and she said, oh, somebody said they're following him. Oh my gosh. And then comes back and says, they said they could see into his window. She never went to that kid. She never went to see if he was okay or anything. If somebody was texting me,
So
and
wait,
I would have called the
somebody
cops.
texted her and said they were looking in Cam's
They were
window.
watching through the blinds in the window, and it was a perfect spot to pew pew, she says.
Okay, now I
But
have heard her talking about that. I didn't realize
yeah,
she was saying it was
that's
in
been the one lately she's been pulling out.
gosh.
Now, I was watching that live that night. She never went to her kid. She never called the cops. She just sat there and waited for Aaron to get home. Now, I thought it was kind of shady that these messages came in directly after Aaron left. If somebody's following my spouse, I'm going to call them right away. I'm going to call the police. I'm going to go to my child if somebody's saying they're watching my child. She didn't. She stood on live the whole time.
Yeah, I felt that was fake. 100%.
And how many mothers that claim their children are autistic would put a phone in their face, pop them in the mouth, and then in defense say that she would do it again on live?
It's not abusive. It doesn't leave a mark is another thing she said.
It's not abuse if you don't leave a mark. Like
But
all of
we
these
also,
things.
I have a question for you ladies as moms, especially moms with autism, kids who kind of get like certain punishments don't work with them. Do any of you spank your children?
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will say this: in the beginning of our journey of autism, I did spank on the butt, but I quickly realized that does not work. It did not work. It made situations worse. So I had to actually learn and go through therapy and do and training and learning different things that work.
yeah, every house is different.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work with my son, and that's not actually why I was asking. I was asking because I just wanted to see if I was alone. And so, like, when I would watch some of her lives, and I would see her, like, there was one I watched. She was making cookies, okay, and she grabbed onto Cam's arm, and people kind of like took that and ran with it, and I didn't see that as
She went to smack his hand, if it's the one I'm thinking of.
And so, like, some of the things, and maybe I didn't see some of the more extensive ones. So some of the things I've seen her do weren't necessarily what I would consider abuse. I see them as like punishment or like smacking. And some people are raised that way. Like, I know we always have two directions we can go from the way we were raised, and it's either continue to do that or to kind of like go against it and say I'm never going to do that. And I was hit with belts and wooden spoons, and
me too.
I had a yardstick.
Thank my kids.
My aunt had a yardstick, so I get where you're coming from in that. But then I started even nannying like right after high school, during high school, babysitting, whatever. And I'm going through college, I'm nannying, and I'm working 3 jobs. And try to land this real quick. I had an almost 1-year-old, extreme OCD, saw it instantly. She had her picnic basket, and if I did not lay the blanket of that little toy picnic basket properly flat, she would melt down, and everything had to be lined up. Her shoes, she knew in the house she had to take her shoes off, but she would line them up at the door. And she's not even a year old. She's not verbal that much at that point. So I knew, and her older brother was in kindergarten. He had to repeat it twice. We do chalk, ABCs. He could not do his ABCs at all. And I would do it every day with him, trying different techniques and whatnot. Whiteboard, iPad, chalk, everything. So it depends on the kid, is what I'm trying to say. So we can give you advice here, this whole panel.
No, I'm not looking for advice. I'm saying I think when I was seeing some of her videos to where she was like maybe spanking, or like the one she grabbed Cam's arm, I wasn't looking at it as abuse.
The problem is with Gabby, like when she's like, we all make mistakes, and we do. I have done things to my kids that I've not been proud of. I mean, my child has made me mad. I popped them in the mouth one time, And I've apologized to my child. I never done it again. But I also am not on TikTok all day long recording me punishing my child. Get off of TikTok, take care of your child, and apologize to your child when you're wrong. We all do things we're not proud of.
Can
Yeah, the
you
TikTok thing,
imagine?
Amber
Can
is
you
so right
imagine the
about.
mother she could be if she put in the amount of time into that child? And I'm talking about all mothers, right? The amount of time that she's putting on TikTok, if she put that into her child, what the outcome would be.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do you
Amber's right
understand?
on that though.
Like
Do you
it's
guys
so.
think that she completely knows how to be a mom because of the way
No.
I think
I've
she's just
seen a lot of
lazy.
videos about how she was raised and stuff. So do you think that she knows how to be the appropriate type of mom?
No,
But
because
in
she
some
was
ways,
raised
no.
by, yeah, she's seeing, I mean, I think that her grandmother raised a narcissist. I know everybody throws that around, but I think she was told she's so special, she could do anything. You're a ballerina. Look at you. You did a twirl. So in her mind, if she doesn't hear, I'm so great, you know what I mean? Then everybody, what?
Sorry, someone just wrote in here. Have you seen where he teased himself with a what? Is that true?
I didn't see
Talking
that.
about do better TikTok 2.0.
But she talks about the abuse that she went through as a
Hold
child,
on, do
and
better
you would.
TikTok 2.0 was in Gabby's live earlier.
Is that true? Nobody know. Okay, I don't know. I'll say it. Okay, I'm sorry. Sorry,
Is
that just
that
kind of
fake?
like
Because that
floored me for a
person,
second.
hold on, that person was in Gabby's live earlier. So is that
That
fake
just kind of
news?
floored me for a minute. So
Well, even tonight, Gabby was saying about hurt people hurt people. She was saying, "What is wrong with you?" You know, but it's her. She has this abandonment issue from her parents. Her grandparents raised her to think she's so wonderful. It's her that's hurting inside and her acting out, and then she's putting that on us. And she has to look in the mirror. She has to see that people are trying to help her be a good parent.
She's projecting all of that onto
Exactly.
Cam,
you don't think there's
and it's
any
not a
way to
good
help her?
situation.
She can't accept that she's wrong in anything, so there's no helping
I
her,
got
in
you.
my
Okay.
opinion.
All right. Because I mean, I just kind of like, there is parts of me that feel bad for her because I sometimes see her as this like naive, like young girl who doesn't really know what she's doing and with some positive guidance.
You can see an evil look in her eye whenever she gets all riled up. She knows what she's doing,
Okay.
and she's trying to poke at him and poke at him to get a reaction, so she can say, "See, look how he acts. He's autistic."
The problem
And then
is,
she
is
claims
no,
he's nonverbal when he's
so
not.
many people has offered her help in a positive way, but she is so self-consumed that she
Mm-hmm.
cannot take it. She thinks when people offer her that they're bullying her, that they're
Got you.
saying
Right.
she's a bad mother.
See,
She
and that's what
does
I was
need
trying
some
to do.
positive reinforcement, but she won't accept it.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
that's
what I
like
was trying to
her
do.
parents'
That's why
relationship.
I agreed to like go. So I really wasn't done. To me, I wanted to do a lot more research and get like everything ready to go before I did. But I knew how badly she wanted interview to try and get her story out there. And I was trying to really like, I haven't been completely like, oh, Gabby, you're not wrong. I'm not that type of person. I'm not that type of person with my friends in real life. I'm not that type of person with my fiance or my kids.
I'm a mother of three boys, and
So
I have, and one thing that sticks with me from Gabby, I think Kim was two, maybe almost two, something another, and she's sitting on her bed and she was like, "Is this wrong for me to think that I think my child is a sociopath and he's going to like
now I have seen,
murder people?"
there was a live
Like,
I seen where he was like doing things towards the dog, and she had made a comment about how she was worried about his behaviors with
Mm-hmm.
that. And so like, see,
yeah,
it's
that's
things
what she
like
told
that
him.
that I kind of like, the other things and the things that I was like watching, I kind of like, put those to the back burner, like, because like then I would see sides of her like that and see her do and say things. And I'm like, okay, maybe, maybe
maybe people are just.
Well, you do remember
Okay.
a while
Now,
ago, she
after what,
literally
5 hours of hearing all that, you've heard everybody speak for like 5 hours now, at least. I think we've been here. Do you see now, or are you still saying, "Oh, I still think she's a good person"?
Well, no one thinks she's a good
I'm
person.
going to be honest. I think deep down there is a part of her that I think she has a good heart.
Are you kidding me? She got head.
But I think
hold on.
She has a lot of. I think she has a lot of issues that she needs to take care of.
She got head in front of her child and thought it was funny. Where's your good person?
I've heard the. I know, like I was in the live where she admitted, where she was talking about how he walked in on them. I didn't know about that.
Yeah, he walked in on them, and she told Aaron that he was going to walk in, but they still finished, and the white stuff came out. That's what she said on live.
I was in the live. I was in the live for that. I was.
So do you think that type of person has an ounce of good heart in that? Are you kidding me? That your quote wah autistic unverbal child walks in on that, you finish, you allow it. You're on live doing it on top of it, which is beyond creeps.
Yeah.
But then your child walks in on it and you still do it? You gotta be kidding me. There's no heart there.
No, because so I'm kind of dealing with the situation, and so no, I don't agree with that, because my twins' dad has them. They're 6, almost 7, and he has them sleeping in his bedroom with him and his girlfriend on a mattress on his floor, and me and my fiance were like, that's highly inappropriate. They're 7, almost 7 years old. I don't care if they're not doing anything at all and just laying in bed. They're 7. They shouldn't be in there. So that behavior is beyond.
I don't know. My cousin, she doesn't do anything, but I think it's weird that my cousin, my older cousin, did have her eldest son, who was 8, slept in the bed, and then my youngest second cousin, of course, also slept in the bed that was a baby. They didn't do anything, but I think that's just
I think after a certain age, it's inappropriate.
The thing of it is, it's not that he walked in, it's that they kept going.
Yeah.
Once in your lifetime, your kids are going to walk in. It should kill the mood right then and there.
Oh my gosh.
And you should quit.
Oh my gosh. If my kids even wake up in the middle of the night and yell for me, it kills the mood. I'm like, that's it. That's done.
Well, that's not the only time. What about the time when they was in Illinois, right? And they had just got done, and she's got her legs up in the air naked, and Cam walks in, and she's like rushing to she can't walk. She's rushing to try to get a cover to cover herself.
I think that's before I started watching.
I have a question though. If you have an autistic kid, why don't you have a baby monitor in their room, especially at that age?
Mm-hmm. He sleeps in their bed.
You know what I mean? Like if they get out of bed or whatnot. Like we just got rid of a baby monitor because our youngest, my stepson, he
was
just
it
finally
in Florida?
got cleared.
It may have been in Florida. I don't remember. There's been so much. I'm sorry if I said.
He sleeps in their bed.
Okay, as I was saying, wait, hold on. I didn't hear half of that, but I was just saying, like the baby monitor, my youngest, neurological issues, he used to have seizures, so he's 12 now, and we just got 6 months ago his baby monitor removed. How does she never have one if he's autistic and nonverbal and so many issues? You know what I mean? Because he goes into a room. I've seen her lives. Like she puts him in a room. They have a 2-3 bedroom place.
They have a 3-bedroom.
Oh,
he sleeps in their bed.
Oh, I thought he had his own bedroom. Does he?
He does have his own bedroom.
We've seen her say, just put him in our room.
Okay.
I thought he had his own bedroom.
He has his own room.
But he doesn't sleep in there.
Just put him in our bed.
Ugh.
Got ya. Okay.
Hey, I have to be up in 4 hours when my kid gets up. Can you drop me? And thank you for letting me talk and get my nerves out.
No, thank you for coming. I'm gonna follow you here.
Can I say something?
You can drop me too.
Sorry, who was that?
It was me. Oh wait.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave. You guys have a great night.
Solid wants to say something.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So yeah, I'm not gonna delve too much, but I actually have 5 children, and my oldest and my middle child are both have autism, and they're both so wild. That does have autism. I have 2 of them. Um,
So are you there?
yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I do have 2 kids that have autism, and so I am coming from like that standpoint of having children that do have autism, and God, there was so much talk about tonight. But I think what I was gonna say is I think one thing that really kind of gets me about Gabby is I feel like she kind of uses it as a sympathy card and almost like a card with like, well, my kid's bad because he has autism, or you know, well, I'm not parenting very well because I have autism, and she says, well, I'm a first time mom and he has autism. Well, I was a first time mom too, and my oldest had all kinds of problems. She was in the NICU, and then she was always delayed. That's how we knew. I mean, even by a 1 year old, we knew. And so by 18 months, we were already trying to get her in. And so we, you know what I mean? So, oh, sorry, I kind of lost my train of thought. But so I feel like she kind of uses that card a lot. Like, I mean, I get it. I know your kid's 4 at this point. You know what I mean? Yeah, you're a first time mom, but I'm like, I feel like she's kind of using those as excuses, as you know what I mean? And then another thing that I was going to talk about is the fact that I don't know. I know a lot of us do have children with autism, and I've heard you guys talk tonight. Like we go out and we get our children resources. We go out and we get them where they need to go. We go out and we get them into speech and OT and all these things. And I feel like she's not. I mean, she says she does. I've heard this. I've heard that. But overall, it seems like she's not. He's not. She's not getting him to speech. She's not getting. You know what I mean? Maybe she is now because of all the stuff that's going on. But if you're really that concerned, why are you not getting your child into all of these therapies? And she says, oh, I've heard 70 and 90. I've heard her say, I've had 90 open CPS cases. Well, my ex has called on me before for just real, like dumb things. You and see if there's like special resources we can get you for kids with special needs. And I got a pamphlet in the mail with like all kinds of stuff. So like there's all kinds of, I mean, I don't know about Florida. I'm in a different state, but with the way things are now, there's got to be so many resources she can get. And the fact that she's not like, you know what I mean? That's what's confusing to me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I agree with that completely because, like, I don't know if you were in here when I was saying is my son started at one school district for kindergarten and he started in August, and by January they hadn't even evaluated him for an IEP. And so I pulled him out of that school district and got him in a new school district just because I felt like they weren't even moving fast enough for my liking. And I just want him to be able to succeed. And he has a twin sister, so I don't want him to like be stuck in kindergarten and she's in first grade, or as they progress, I want them to be able to stay because I don't even tell him he's autistic because I don't want him to think that he's any different.
I'm the same way.
So,
My kids know either.
I mean,
I
I don't
don't.
know if that's wrong of me to not tell him, but I don't know. I just feel like me telling him he's a very literal child, and I just feel like he puts himself down a lot, so he gets very upset very easily. So I feel like him saying that, and if he were to say, "Don't do that, I'm autistic," then it would get people. It would get other kids. Kids are just mean, so I don't tell him. And maybe that's not right. I don't know, but
I don't. I don't. I mean, I've not come out and like told my daughter, but I feel like I've actually wondered that too. I'm like, do they know that they're more special than I don't know. I don't know the correct wording, but do they know that they have autism? I'm not really sure. I've actually wondered that, but I just answer my daughter's questions if she has them. So I've actually never come out and just told her.
yeah. I don't even say anything about it around his sister because I don't want her saying anything to him because like she already tries to mother him and baby him. She calls him her baby. And so like I feel like even her knowing she would like, I don't know. I just don't think that it's something that they need to know, and just kind of like working with them and trying to get him the help he needs to stay on track is all I ever really cared about. It's not about, you know, anything I don't know if you were in here again. I don't know if you were in here. I never signed my son up for like SSI. Like his dad tried to take me to court and get custody of him because he said that I was faking him having autism for SSI. And I don't feel that he is the type of autism that needs monetary benefits because like his health insurance is covered 100%. So like there's nothing extra he needs financially. So I don't collect it. To me, I think SSI is for, there was a mom in here earlier whose son had a stroke and he was not mobile. So to me, that's like for that kind of mom. So do you think that maybe the narrative of him having autism is to get financial benefits?
That I'm going to say that's part of it. And
Same.
but that's not, he gets it for his delays, not for
Yeah,
autism.
I actually didn't know that until somebody earlier told me that.
So,
That's
and
why
I wanted to come up here being someone who's been around a lot longer. You know, Gabby likes to play this narrative that we just one day we're all like, oh, let's pick that one. That is not how any of that happened. A lot of these people that are now sitting on this side of things tried to help Gabby, tried to do the same thing that you did, you know, gave her a reaching hand, tried to give her a voice to speak. But when we gave her our opinion, we were haters. We were wrong. We shouldn't tell her what to do. And it wasn't us telling her what to do. It was us giving her sound advice, you know, trying to help her with resources. But it was wrong because it's not what she wanted to hear. The thing with Gabby is that she wants you to do everything for her. She doesn't want to do anything herself. So you can lay out all the resources in front of her. But if you're not going and reaching out to those people for her, she doesn't want your help. You're wrong. You're a hater. That's all you are, because you're not just agreeing and doing and abiding by what she wants. Now I know you said you have been, and this is the kind of person Gabby is. Do you realize that today, Feisty held a live where she showed the fact that there is a CPS case open, that there is a parenting plan in place? Do you realize that Gabby said, I'll deal with that tomorrow. Me getting my story out is more important. This story that she has, that she claims, is all past stuff that causes her PTSD, but she wants to get it out and she wants to talk about it. If it's causing you PTSD, why do you want to talk about it so bad? Why do you want to push this narrative? Why, for you to tell this story, you have to say what you're claiming everyone has done to you. Why is that not bringing you PTSD? Only when someone else mentions it, not you.
I will be the first to admit that, like, there was, so she reached out to me while that was going on. And I actually told her, like, don't go on there and, mention the words safety plan. You need to deal with it tomorrow. And that was because, like, it was, I forget what time. And it was like almost 9 o'clock. And I told her to go straight to her caseworker. So I don't know when she said about that. So I don't know if that was,
that was before you did the interview.
I said that to her before we did the interview. We were having a conversation because she had messaged me and said about this live that was going on and showing her paperwork. And I had never seen the paperwork. And so then I said, well, how did they, like, what paperwork is it? And she said, it's a safety plan. And I said, oh, okay. And then I went into the live and they were talking about it and said about it having her signature. And I said, well, is it? Like, did you sign it? Like, what is it? And I honestly believed, because earlier in the day, this morning, I had seen a video on here from a creator, and she was talking about, like, how people were reporting her to DCFS for smacking him. And she was saying how that's not, there's no, she's allowed to, you know. And then she was saying about how the whole thing we were just talking about with the adult activities was like, I guess there was really nothing they could do about that. And then she brought up that she had a friend that worked for GCFS. So when she came to me and said about the paperwork that was being shown, I thought maybe that person released paperwork that they had gotten somehow. So then, so I actually questioned her, and I said, well, how did they get it? And she said, well, I sent stuff to some people, because I think what happened is she was so desperate to get an interview that she was pretty much, it didn't matter, she didn't do any research on this or anything. Anybody who even was willing to give her the interview, she was sending them information. And
well, and see, and that's the problem. Do you see, like, why would you put your child in jeopardy like that?
Oh no!
Why would you send your child's medical stuff out, your CPS stuff? Why? For what? So you can pull this narrative that you're being bullied? Why?
That's what I was going to say too. I've heard she's sending around, she's even sent around like his medical documents to people on the internet. Like that, why? Like I'm going through something right now with my oldest daughter that's very personal. I haven't told anyone, let alone some stranger on the internet, or sent documents out for
I don't even post my kids. Like I was at the beach over the weekend, and I have a little girl who, so of course she was in a bathing suit, and I sent the pictures that I wanted to send. I sent them privately in a text message to one person. I did not post this publicly on Facebook, even though my page is as like locked as I can get it. Because once it's out there, and you don't know where it's going. And I have tried so hard to like talk to her and like be very blunt with her, and you gotta stop oversharing. Gabby, you overshare. Gabby, you overshare. And even tonight when she did that, when she was telling me about that, I said, you are sending too much. You're sending stuff too quickly. You need to like do your research on these people before you're sending information and medical records.
You see what I mean? Like, you tried to give her sound advice, and it's not what she wanted to hear, so she's gonna ignore it.
Yeah, and like I was really upset. Like she really did upset me, because I thought, and that's dumb of me, I thought that through all the conversations we had and me really trying to be there for her, that she wouldn't end the live like it did when I wasn't asking the questions that like 100% what she wanted to ask. But I was very open before I even went live, and I said, I'm going to ask you questions, not just these. Like,
well, so, do you realize what happened when she ended? She went
as soon as
over to her own live.
I did that, yep.
She went over and she read the questions with her pre-written answers to them.
Yep.
And that's why she only wanted to be asked those, so she wouldn't, quote unquote, mess up her words. And that's the problem. If you're going to be an advocate and speak out for someone, you shouldn't have to worry about messing up your words.
Right.
You can't advocate for something if you can't answer questions or use the correct, grammar, or, the correct words, or pronounce things correctly. It doesn't sound very educated of you.
Right.
And I'm not calling her dumb or anything, but you have to sound educated when you're going to speak out on things. And the fact that she struggles so much to pronounce words correctly, I mean, maybe you should, her herself should look into getting some classes to help her with that. To be, because how are you teaching your son how to pronounce words if you're struggling yourself? And I know you said you've watched her for 2 years, and this incident will never, because this is the one time I did report her to CPS. Did you ever see the video of Cam dancing on the counter?
Oh my gosh.
Yes, I have seen that, yes.
So that is the one time I did report her, because the minute she realized what was happening, picked up her phone, stared at her phone, looked at her son, triple looked at her phone again so people could make sure she could see that she had a shocked face on that she had shocked face, and then grabbed him from the counter. That was it. it was more important for TikTok to see she was being a quote unquote good mother than to worry about getting that baby off the counter quick enough so he didn't get hurt.
I mean, that kind of stuff. I'm a hover mom, so that kind of stuff freaks me out. My kids couldn't even enjoy the beach properly because I'm such a hover mom. So that kind of stuff.
Some people are hover moms, but the fact that TikTok was more important, it was more important for her TikTok to see her reaction, is absolutely disgusting. And that's why I'm saying, like, she just
that comes before my kids.
And that's why it baffles me, these people, like, you've seen the video, right? And I'm not saying anything against you, but you've seen that video, you've seen her reaction, you saw tonight that this interview was more important to her, but it didn't go her way, so her iPad conveniently died, but you still want to sit here and you know, oh, she's being bullied, she's being this, she's being... Honestly, I have never done anything, I have never sent anything to her house like someone else has, and that same person that you have said that you don't like to watch has literally sent stuff to her house, has gotten her number, has harassed her, but why has she never gotten after that person? Because that person does not have a standing in this community because of the way they act, like Feisty, like Villain, like Find Out, like Brownie and Waffles did, because that person is not as relevant. She's not going after that person because she doesn't care. It's picking and choosing. Who can I take down?
Too is because, like, so with when it comes to Feisty, like I know that like I've seen a few of her stuff when I've like stumbled across, like, because I would go into like the search bar and type in her name, and then I would, like, you can just like watch all the different videos that are there, you know, and so I've seen a few things from Feisty, and I've never seen her really do the things that creator that you're talking about really do. The thing,
and that's the thing.
The things that she has done are deplorable. And so when I was kind of really supporting her about the bullying, is that kind of stuff that I would see.
And that's the thing. She is just going after these bigger creators who actually have not done anything to her to that level, because who's going to be a bigger impact for her to take down? Some small creator that's over there just running their mouth and sending stuff to her house and being this vile person, or the one that is speaking out and people are rallying behind? Yeah. Or as she likes to call it, our cult leader. I'm sorry, I'm not in any cult. I have a mind of my own.
Call Feisty a cult leader?
That is what Gabby calls Feisty and Villain.
Oh, wow.
A cult leader.
Okay, I've never heard that. I'm learning a lot tonight, that I feel like it didn't matter how much I research hearing it instead of like trying to watch videos that sometimes are like so all over the place. And I honestly don't want to sit and watch an hour-long live of somebody just talking about somebody's other, you know what I mean? So my attention span isn't that good. So actually getting to hear the things from like Feisty and Villain and like all the other people who have graciously come up tonight, it has opened my eyes a lot. And, you know, I think even still hearing all this stuff, I'm still going to kind of go and do some more research.
No, and absolutely you should. I'm not disagreeing with that. And that's the other thing that irritates me about this interview Gabby wants to have, is that she wants to have a one-sided interview. For you to have a proper interview, you need to be asked the hard questions. Why are these people going after you? Quote unquote her story, because like I said, you know, she has PTSD, as she likes to claim, but yet it's selective. It's only when she wants to have it. And I don't understand. I'm not going to write a book about something that gives me PTSD, because if someone asks me to read it, I'm going to have to relive all those moments. Like, and then wanted to tell the story after she's gotten this therapy that she claims she needs so desperately, and then wants to come back to the app, that would be a different story. But pre-therapy, why would you cause yourself all that turmoil?
No, yeah, I agree with that.
Well, I think she's been a victim since she was born. I think it was Feisty who was talking about how Mimi smuggled them out.
Supposedly stole her in the jacket. Yep.
in her coat pocket.
And that's she likes to say she's adopted. I mean, Mimi in court said that she didn't adopt them, that they weren't ever legally adopted. So I don't. She's just pulling things out her booty, I guess.
Is their real mom around?
So their real mom lives in Illinois. I don't think she was really active in their life. I mean, from what my understanding, but we only know what they tell us, right? So we don't know the whole story.
Okay. Because I've always kind of wondered that. I mean, I'm going to be completely honest. This is how little I know about Danny. Is I thought the whole drama twin thing was a joke that kind of got made throughout, like all the stuff that's going around. I didn't actually realize that they were actual twins. I thought they were siblings or related, but I didn't realize.
Yeah, they're twins.
Yeah.
Can I ask you something else? Did she also tell you that even when she got off the app for the 8 days she was gone, that people were still talking about her? Did she say that?
So
do you
mostly I've seen it myself too.
Right. In the beginning, yes. And then as soon as people started saying, well, she's not around, clearly she's taking a break, we're going to stop talking about her, she came back.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, and I have seen, I can't even remember.
Because she's watching. She's always watching. I guarantee you she's sitting in here watching because that's what she does. Yeah. The thing is that she likes to say we stalk her. Like she infiltrated a private Telegram group. And am I saying what happened in that Telegram group was right? No, but she seeked it out. Like she went looking for it, and that's what she constantly does. She goes looking for these things. If I don't want to know if people are talking about me, I'm not going to go fucking to the pages of the people that constantly talk about me to see if they're talking about me. I didn't know how
she got that because it was like password protected.
If she have PTSD, why would you go and seek it out as well?
Oh no, I agree. Were you guys here when we were having the whole PTSD conversation? I try to not go to the hospital because going to the hospital brings up PTSD. So like I try not to do things that trigger my PTSD. So I get that whole thing is like I mean I do get a lot of it is like why would you constantly do things if you got PTSD for TikTok, why would you continue to go on it?
Correct.
Well, and why would you?
Yeah, I definitely get that because I don't know. I think a lot of it is I wanted to see the best in her and I felt really bad because I have seen a lot of bad things, even in her chat, and I don't know now.
And I can't say that everyone is good, but I also can't say that those people are not her mods because I've watched a couple times where she'll read a text come across her phone. You can tell she's reading a text and then someone says something smart in the chat.
Got ya.
You know, so I can't say it's 100%, you know, people that are not involved in her life, but I can't at the same time say that it isn't her mods. But I'm going to get down. I would love to continue to have a conversation with you some other time. I'd love to find some clips for you. But I have better things to do right now than sit here and continue to talk about a woman that, you know, we've all dealt with for years.
Yeah. No, I'm going to do some more research and look into some things, and there's some few people I want to reach out to and have a conversation.
Right. Well, you have a good night.
Yeah, you too. Thank you for coming up.
Well, I guess I'm about to hop off here, but yeah, no, it's just when I came in, you guys were talking about the autism thing. I think another thing that I think also doesn't help either, and I don't want to talk about I just want to talk about Gabby.
Yeah.
But I think another thing that doesn't help either is the fact that she's constantly on TikTok, when she was constantly on TikTok. So I think, you know, like I would sit there. Oh, she said, someone asked where he was, and she said, oh, he's on the phone in there. Like she said that he was on a phone basically in the other room.
Oh.
So nervous for her. She said he was in bed like after the interview and everything, but no, before the interview, she said that he was on the phone in the other room. So, I think that that's another thing that doesn't help is basically, you know, you guys talked about the attention thing. He's not getting, I don't think he's getting a lot of attention because she's always on the phone. And so that's one thing I noticed. Like, I came into a live one time where she was like sick or something, and she was so busy looking at the phone that he was like holding on to Coco and like accidentally hurt her. And she didn't even realize. She had to ask the
Was
chat.
that when she was in the other room and the phone was in there and the chat was like, because I know if you're talking about the same live I am, she walked out of the room and him and the dog were on the bed and he was kicking Coco and we were all in the chat going, he's kicking the dog, he's kicking the dog. Is
No,
that
I think it might have been, but no, this was like a day that she was sick, and she was like, all she had done was like laid on the couch, and I had like she had the phone like she was sitting next to him, and he was holding the dog, like had the dog on him, and she had the phone past him, and I think he was like pulling on the dog's nipple or something. He was like pulling on no, her skin tag. It was her skin tag. I'm sorry. He was pulling on Coco's skin tag. And like he was laughing, and she had asked the chat, she was like, well, what was he doing? What was he doing? Because she like literally was just not, she was so focused on the phone. Like, that's what I've noticed. And then that video sticks out of my mind so much. Oh, I'm sorry. It was Karen's dog. I'm sorry. It was not Coco.
yes.
Karen's
I
dog.
think it was
Sorry,
Karen's
I don't know the dogs. I'm not
I
like,
think it was Kieran's dog the night where he was kicking the dog and he was in on the bed with the dog. Oh no, it was Coco. It was Coco. And he was in on the bed with the dog and she had walked out but left the phone in there and he was kicking the dog and when we were all in the chat going, he's kicking the dog, and when she came back, she had read them and she's like, what was he doing? And then she took him out of the room and you could hear him. It sounded like maybe she was like spanking him or something. I don't remember. Like, I don't know what was going on in the other room, but you could hear him like crying. And then she took the iPad and we were like, don't give it back, don't give it back. And she ended up giving it back a few minutes later.
I think this might have been different. I don't know. People in the chat, I was kind of watching. I wasn't like fully watching, but I just remember that he was like pulling on the dog's skin tag is what she was sick. She like wasn't feeling good. This was only like 2 or 3 weeks ago, I believe.
It was while Karen.
Look, maybe all I know is they said he was pulling on the dog's skin tag, but she had asked the chat. She was like, "What was he doing?" And she was just in the live I'd seen. She was sitting right there. But she was like,
yes, I think it was the same night because he was in the living room and then they ended up going into the bedroom.
Okay, yeah. So
I remember. Yes, you're right because Karen's dog was apparently outside in the rain and everybody was telling her to get the dog inside.
Okay, I guess maybe someone said both of those things you both are saying did happen. So it might have been 2 different.
Okay. Right.
Yeah, so that's what they're saying. It was Pepper with the skin tag, and he was choking Pepper and pulling his collar. Yeah, it was something like that. I was, like I said, I was kind of watching, but the fact that I was like watching and I knew she was sitting on the couch and she just like wasn't even paying attention. She was just looking at the phone. And so it's those things I've noticed. And then with the counter thing, when he was dancing on the counter, that is like always stuck out in my head. Like,
that's scary.
Yeah, it is. And I remember she was battling and Danny was there. And they were trying to get her attention for a little bit. And finally, Danny was like, turn around, Gabby, turn around. And she finally did. And that's when she saw he was on the counter.
I think I've seen the recording of that. And then, because there was another one where he was like in a plastic bag, like a plastic, I don't know, I think it was like one of those like vacuum, like the bags that you store and then vacuum shut. And he was in that, and the chat was like, and there was like somebody there. I don't know if it was Danny or who it was, but they were yelling at her like that he's in the bag, and she kind of giggled before she went and got him out of it.
Yeah, that's another thing I noticed too. Like, so I was watching some videos tonight actually, where he came up and like hit her in the face. And again, I'm not trying to talk. I'm not focusing.
I don't. Yeah.
But he hit her in the like hit her. I don't know if it was like it was near the face area, like near the neck face area, and she just looked at the camera and like smiled. Like she, you know what? Like that's just like you know, like I'm just like okay. It's I think it's just those things that people are. She thinks people are being mean, they're being bullies, but people see these concerning things and they're just
Yeah, I mean, I get that. That is definitely concerning, and I as I've told, I mean, countless people, my support for her was with the bullying, and that's where my support started. And whoever I was talking to this morning, I don't support everything she does, but I also but that goes with anybody in my life. Like, you're never gonna support everybody. Everything that they do. My support started and continued with the bullying and stuff from that I seen. And one of the creators that I've witnessed the most has done some really nasty things. So, and I'm not saying like everybody's bullying, because the girls I were talking to this morning, they were so respectful and didn't say one thing, which is why I went in their live, because I wanted to actually have a conversation, not like oh, she's this, you know what I mean? I wanted to have an actual conversation. And I don't think it's everybody, which is why I asked her tonight, like, do you think everything that's said and done is bullying? Like, there's only certain things I can pinpoint that I would consider bullying. Because I feel like there's many things that are thrown out there so easily, and bullying is one of them. People are so quick to, like, because somebody doesn't agree with you or just says something, they're quick to say, I'm being bullied. And so I wasn't like going into it blindly thinking that everybody is bullying her. It was some of the people and creators that I had seen that I really felt like they were bullying her. And that's why I was so quick to support her. And it's why I was, quick to defend her, and because of the things I've seen, and people are like, well, she's not being bullied. But the things that I was seeing weren't things she was sending me or things that she was saying. It was things I witnessed with my own two eyes, like without her even knowing that I was looking at that stuff. I mean, I guess that's where I kind of went in blinded. So.
Well, I think too, Gabby's gotten really, really big on TikTok. And I'm not saying famous wise, I'm not calling her famous at all. I'm just saying there are people who just cover like different things who have like done a video on her. And I remember I was in Danny's chat one time. I was in Danny's live, and someone was like, hey, this guy made a video about your sister. And I actually went and watched it, and it was just a guy who did like random little videos about like different people, different things. And he actually did one on her. And so I think that she's kind of like, a lot of people have kind of seen who she is, and so I don't think that helps either, because, and I'm not saying that everything's bullying either, and I know I have seen some things that are out of line, but I think that also has kind of opened it up too, because now it's not just, a few that are seeing it, it's like a lot, and people are covering her, and they're like they're showing clips of her, like that video I saw from in Danny's live. So I think that it's gotten out a lot more too.
So I don't know if you know this creator, but he's huge. He's absolutely huge. And that's kind of why I was on hold about wanting to interview her, is because I was trying to do a little bit more research, because this creator that's verified, and he's the type that does like, he does like these call outs and stuff. I don't know if you've ever heard of him. His name's Robbie Harvey.
Okay, I think that's actually the video I watched. I didn't like scroll through,
but
I just saw he did. Yeah, that's who I'm talking. Like, I just saw he did
he's like
different
bald,
videos.
wears glasses.
Yeah, I think that might like that name sounds familiar. It was
Robbie Harvey is talking. Has a video on her, and I just seen it like a few days ago, And that's when I was like, I really want to do some more research. So tonight, I reluctantly went ahead with it. And I actually had told her, like, I'm not ready. Like, I told you, you have to, like, if you're going to go in and do things like she wants this interview to be done, I feel like you can't just do it on a whim. There's got to be clear cut rules and boundaries and, like, research done. I wanted to do my research, so I wasn't like, because, you know, when I was speaking at the beginning of my live, where a lot of people thought I came out very harsh, I guess, was more so about the fact that I knew by doing this, it was going to go one way or the other. I was either going to get a lot of hate, or it just wasn't going to go anywhere. You know, I don't know, I guess. But I was really expecting a lot of hate, because people automatically assume just because I'm saying things or doing things or asking certain things that I automatically support everything she does. So I put out that, like, and maybe I did come across pretty harsh and, you know, defensive, because, like, when I said, like, listen, you can say what you want about me, I don't give a crap. It was more so about the fact that, like, I knew I was getting hate. I knew I was going to get hate. I knew it was coming, by going through with it. And so that's why I you know, put that out there. But after I seen Robbie Harvey, who I followed for a very long time, do a post on her recently, I kind of really was digging a lot more. And even though I've, like, watched her off and on for the past 2 years, I mean, I'll be the first one. I didn't start really, really diving into what's going on until about 2 months ago. So,
Yeah, actually, in this, I will say this. What I don't know how to say this. Is it OJ? They said the awareness pages that cover G absolutely call out the few that are and telling them to stop. That's the thing too about Gabby. I've noticed is she'll go on her lives and be like, so and so's doing this, so and so's doing that. But when you really do actually listen to their lives, yes, they do cover her. You know, maybe this is said, maybe that. I don't know. I'm not saying that, but they will even tell their followers, they're like, do not call her job, do not do this, do not
yes,
do
I've
that. So they
seen
are telling.
Feisty. I've seen Feisty say that multiple times. Like,
Yeah,
I've seen her say, don't, she's got a job, this is what we wanted. You know, she's, you know, I've seen Feisty say those things, like, and that's why I kind of, like, was watching her a lot. And I truly do owe her an apology. Because, like I said, my words didn't come out right earlier, but anyway, that's for me and her to talk about. But I've never seen her really say, like, do bullying compared to some of the other creators I have.
well, and
Yeah.
there are like, okay, so I think of it like this. Okay, so there's a few different like little awareness groups. Like you've got a few, and like so Feisty, and I don't want to. Sorry, I don't. I'm not trying to speak on Feisty Melon, but like, you know, they're one, and then you got this one over here, and this one, and each ones are kind of different. But like a lot of the groups really are going to speak facts. They're not going to, you know, they're not going to put something out unless it's factual, and they're not going to come out and just sit here and just be, you know, bullying her. Like they're really, and like,
Yeah.
and like, I think it was Feisty, and then I think it was it Bossy? They said, you know, they tried to get her help. They tried to help her with resources. The land, did you hear the landlord? She
No, who is. She came in the chat the other night because when she was doing, letting people in the box, and Feisty came up, there was, I guess, her old landlord tried to come up, but I don't know the
yeah.
whole story with that. So
Well, that's kind of what Shay is saying as well. Yeah. So, I mean, I listened to, kind of both sides, and the landlord has tracked with what others have said. The landlord was trying to help her. The landlord, oh, sorry, property manager, not landlord. I'm sorry, property manager. Tried to help her and was, helping her as much as she could. Like bought her food out of her own pocket and all this stuff. It might be Amanda. I'm not really sure. I know she came in. She came in, like you said, she came into Gabby's live, and then I think she came into Feisty's. I don't remember whose it was,
Yeah,
but
I thought it was the landlord too, because that's Gabby said, I'm not letting her in. That's my old landlord. She just wants to start crap. So
yeah, that's why I think I got it confused in my head.
yeah,
But
'cause I thought so too. Yeah.
yeah, she was saying like she did all these things to help Gabby as well, and like Gabby really just didn't treat her very, very nicely. So yeah, property manager, sorry. But yeah, I mean, so a lot of people have tried to help her. Like
So is
Feisty
that like
said,
a property manager in Illinois, or is that like for the one that she's at now?
no, it wasn't for the one now. It was for I think it was for the one in Illinois.
Okay.
It was one that she left. She got evicted. It was the whole mold gate. It might actually, if you are going to do some more research, it might be good to go on to like some YouTube pages. Like I know Kai and Nookie are really good ones. They have like a lot of like videos. And there's probably some other ones.
I'm gonna check into this one that everyone was what mouse potato, is that what it's called?
Yeah, that's another
I'm gonna
good one
check
as
into
well.
that because I think I was just watching like somebody like doing recordings of mouse potato, because the ones I watched were like cartoons, and it was like they would show part of the live, but then they would show like cartoons and like videos of like, it was weird. I don't know. It was weird and I didn't take it seriously. So, oh, Wendy's World is a really good one. I watched her.
Yeah, I watched that one. But yeah, those might be good to check out because there's a lot of lore with Gabby. There's like the mold gate, and then there's mower gate, so there's a lot of stuff.
Well,
But yeah,
Waffles Lawyer, I have watched her a lot. Yeah, Waffles Lawyer, I have watched a lot of. That's actually who I've been watching a lot of to kind of do the research on the other side. Is Waffles Lawyer, because I think she did post on YouTube.
yeah, so those are all like really good ones to check out because like I said, there's a lot. And so, like I know Gabby runs this narrative that like everybody just bullies her and hates her. Like that's not true. I think it's just so many people have been there for so long. They tried to help her, and like I'm that way with Lisa that some people are with Gabby. You know what I mean? It's like you've been there, you're hopeful, you try to help, resources, and they just don't take it, and then they're just the way that they act. You know what I mean? And so like not bullying wise, but just it's more there's a reason people are upset.
What is CPTSD? What is CPTSD? I don't know what that is. Okay, I don't know what that is.
I did hear about that whole thing with the PTSD. I don't know what lives you've been in. I've been in a few lives, just like kind of watching.
Complex PTSD, sorry.
So, but I did hear about that, and then her trying to compare her PTSD to like war veterans. I did hear about that.
That I heard. I watched. I think that was on Waffles Layer's page that she, I guess, compared her PTSD to like a veteran's PTSD, and that's like, so this is, I guess, the naive part of me is, I guess I was like chalking the things like that up to like ignorance and immaturity and trying to not say, like, I'm very guilty of not saying the right things and them not coming out how I mean them to come out. So I guess I was chalking it up to that. So,
well, I think one thing about Gabby that I've noticed, and I haven't been a hardcore watcher of her for like 3 years, but I run in the same circles as some of the anti-awareness people, and so we would like we have a Discord, we talk about it, just about different scammers. And she reminds me on that end of a little bit of another scammer we were watching. And it's just, I think that with her, it's like, you know, someone said tonight, she really loves Google. I think it's just more, I don't know if she's going on and like Googling things or, but
So I think
a few of the
a lot
scammers
of
do
it
that.
is, I think a lot of it is, because now I'm definitely guilty of it, is with me trying to help her and be supportive and be there for her. You say things and then you kind of hear them kind of repeated. So I'm kind of wondering if like it's a mixed baby between Google and also like people who have tried to help her, and then she uses those words to like they were her own. Maybe I don't know, because I think that some of the things I've heard are not necessarily what I would consider Google answers. They kind of sound like they were somebody who was a little bit less ignorant and unknowing. And it was, you know what I mean? It was like somebody a little bit more, I don't want to say intelligent because I think that comes across very rude, but I guess more educated, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's the nicer way to put it, is maybe more educated.
Well, and then some people are in the chat, which is kind of what I believe, and that's what I've seen in several scammers, is like somebody will say, well, maybe you have this, and then you know what I mean? So that's kind of, and then people tell them about it, like, oh, well, when I have this is what happens to me, and then they kind of run with that. So that's what I've seen, and not just even Gabby, I've seen it in other like people on this app that are similar. So
Yeah. No, I've seen that too, with a couple other people who, and that's the thing is like, I don't know. I know that I think I wanted to see the best in her and see, I don't know. I'm just so against bullying that I think I really felt bad for her. And to me, like, I didn't feel like the punishment fit, fit the crime, as like some of the things that I was seeing being done and said to what I had witnessed myself. Like I didn't feel like I felt, so that's where I feel like I was like, this is extreme. Like I know that she's done things and maybe you don't agree with it, but like, why can't you just scroll? Like, and then when she was gone, there was still a lot of people streaming her, but they were the same ones that said, we just want her off the app. Once she's off the app, we'll leave her alone. And so then I'm like, what more do people want? You got what you wanted. She's off the app, but you guys are still talking about her. And to me, that just felt very clout chasing, as like they're making money off of Gabby's back. And I didn't think it was right. And it's like, why can't she be here making money off herself, but you guys are okay to make money off of her? So you're no better. Like, to me, those people were no better. So I guess that's where I kind of like fell into, I guess maybe we'll just call it the Gabby spell.
yeah, I mean, do better. I feel like, because I don't stream her or anything, but I mean, they said we kept streaming her because we knew her game. We knew she'd be back within a few days, and that's, so I can't speak from that end because I don't stream her or anything. I just like, I'm a watcher.
Yep, I was just a silent watcher who I felt really bad. I felt really bad. And I mean, I guess there's still, it's stupid of me, but there's still parts of me, even now knowing all this, and you know, I believe a lot of people that came in, there's still a part of, I just wanted to, I wanted to help her. I wanted to help her.
I think that's probably the goodness in you, but also, as some have said, and what I believe as well, I'm speaking on my own thoughts here, is she's very manipulative as well. And so, as someone told you tonight, she seeks out people. She believes she can, you know, and again, that's not just, I mean, I've seen it, like Lisa does that. You know, other scammers do that on the app. So I think that they really know how to find people like you who you know what I mean, are going to be able to, they're going to try to manipulate, they're going to try to do what they want to do. You know, like tonight, even just tonight, like I thought that was wild. You know, like you had said, and I don't know exactly what you guys talked about. I'm just going off of what you said about, because I was actually jumping in between both of y'all's lives, and you had said I told her that we were going to leave both of our comments on, and she was like, no. And then she tried to get you to turn the comments off, and then she made you start over, and like that's her trying to control it. And so I feel like she has to find people she can try to manipulate and control. And it seems like, because okay, so there's another creator I've been watching that I actually came into. Her name is Kaylee. I don't know if anyone watched her. Hey, I don't know if you guys want to. Sorry,
I've been actually watching her.
Here.
I've been actually watching her a lot lately because that was who the interview was originally supposed to be with, I think.
Yeah. Well,
and I don't know whatever happened to that, but then apparently late last night, I guess they did talk, and then apparently tonight, tonight they were on together again. So.
Well, so originally, I don't know if you saw, I don't remember the woman's name, but the one that really gave it to her the other night. Someone interviewed her like, what, 3, 2, 3, 4? I can't remember the exact name.
Hollywood happening, or Hollywood hideout, or hideout, something like that.
Yeah, so Kaylee is actually her friend, and that's why Kaylee started covering her.
Okay.
Because we saw that she had done that homebody hideout. Yeah, that's who it is.
Yeah, okay.
Covered her. And then she started getting into, and then she actually came into Kaylee's live and got in the box. And then tonight, actually, I was watching her live, Kaylee's live for a bit. Gabby went in there tonight, and then Feisty went in there. Oh yeah, no. Yeah, Kaylee is not on
bullying because that's what I was supporting her on, and that's what I thought it was about. And so when she brought up C and said, no, we can talk about him, I only brought up about the autism, and then I said, okay, I want to be done. Like, I don't want to talk about this anymore. Like, I don't want to keep talking about him, but that's not what I agreed to do. And I said, why don't you mod me and I'll help, with the comments. But I think, no, you're not muted. I didn't mute you. Hold on a second. Let me check. Apparently there's people being muted. Hold on. No, you're not muted. Nope.
Well, I'll say this too is, so kind of what I was saying is, that homebody hideout. So I don't want to pronounce someone's name wrong. I don't remember the exact word, but she was not rude to Gabby. Like, she was pretty polite. Gabby was the one that was kind of coming off.
So I think that they were both kind of guilty of it, because yeah, she was defensive, but I mean, I would have been defensive because you don't know when you feel that you are getting the treatment that she's getting, when she, like, she feels like people are doing something to her, whether they are or not, or to the extent that she believes that they are, but that's what she believes. So when you do that, you're automatically on the defense that they are going to, like, they're doing it for their own purposes. And she wants a certain set of questions asked. That's what she wants. And I do truly now think that it's mostly about trying to promote the book. I don't think it's about awareness for anybody else other than, I think it's now promoting the book. The more that I've been talking to people tonight and seeing some of the things and hearing some of the things, I think a lot of it now is promoting the book. And for me, I was trying to keep it about awareness and bullying and all that. And so I do see why she got defensive, but the thing that upset me the most about that is I seen a recorded video with her homebody where she said, like, I'm going to be unbiased. I am not going to call her names or do anything. And when she called her out for being kind of rude, she did apologize and said, I'm sorry. But then she was very quick to start
swearing at her and kind of raising her voice, which then again put G on even more defense, where she started getting kind of snooty again with the talking. And then homebody went straight to like kind of like crossing lines. So I do think they were both guilty in that sense. I don't think that those two were meant to, like, I don't think that that should have been the person she went with. I do think Kaylee would be a good one if it would end up being, I even told her, I said, I think Kaylee would, I told her that, I have a text messages, I think Kaylee would be the good one, but she has to be careful what she says and does.
Well, see, I think that's the thing is I don't think like even tonight that's kind of what I was talking about was I think that she wants it done how she wants it done, and it needs to be done her way. And so that's the thing is that really you're not going to find a lot of people that are going to, you know what I mean?
Even as a supporter, I'm not still like even supporting her and having her back against bullying. I still am not going to. If you want me to interview you and get the awareness out, we're going to do it to get the awareness out. It's not about promoting a book, and it's not about talking about an underage child, because if it's about protecting him and protecting his name, then let's talk about that. Let's do a conversation about that. But I was under the impression we were keeping about bullying, and that's where I was supporting her. So I do feel like things got sidetracked, and then I think that I did get played, but I'm at fault too, because I should have stuck to my guns when I said I'm not ready to do this yet. Because I wanted to continue, and like I was saying, like you and I were talking about, once I seen Robbie Harvey post a video about her, that kind of made me want to dig harder, because if Robbie Harvey's involved, there's a reason.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this question though. Do you think even if you were a little more prepared, do you think it's still because how I'm feeling is I feel like she would not be satisfied with any interview unless it just went 100% her way, is what I'm thinking. Like I remember that article she promoted where it like promoted her. It said she was like a single mom, and it really just lit so much sympathy and really just like lit her up
single
as
mom.
a suffering her. Yeah, so there was an article that came out that she posted it on her TikTok, like screenshotted and posted it, and it was like Gabby Jacobson, a single mom who blah blah blah, and it was like who's raising an autistic son, and that's why everyone was like single mom. What is this article talking about? And Gabby like posted that like so excited about it, and so that's what I'm saying is I don't know that she would have been happy with any interview.
No, I don't. And I think you're right. I think when I decided to not stick to her questions, and not, she was texting me, read the questions, and I was ignoring it, and just like, so like, I think I caught her off guard when she said, what do you consider? And she was like, well, the definition. No, I know the definition. You know the definition. The people in the chat know the definition. What do you? And that's when she started getting to the point, and it was right after that when she ended it. And so I want to just address two things here. I don't understand it. If you have watched for 2 years, so I actually, like I have said, I started watching in February 23 when I was laid up, but I only watched her here and there when my favorite creators weren't on, because like the one I watched, Joy of Everything, he's not on certain days of the week because he only does lives like 4 or 5 days out of the week. And then like there was another creator that is no longer on that I actually used to watch a lot. So I was only watching her when those creators weren't on, so it was very sporadic. it wasn't until about 2 months ago that I actually started digging deep and really looking. But even I was seeing things, I was still feeling bad, and seeing a certain creator say and do things and sending things to her house, that's what was like, okay, well, what's the deal here? Because this is bullying. This is bullying. The things that I was seeing are bullying. So I guess I was kind of seeing it with rose-colored glasses a little bit. Like, I seen the bullying, and that really hit home with me. So I was trying to support her. And then the more I and her talked, and the more I was watching her lives, I'm like, I don't see these things as bad as people are making them out to be. So, and cancel culture is so big. So I don't know. It was stupidity. It really, it was stupidity. That's what it was. So then, the other question here is, so you have to ask, why did Mama Tot? I actually won't respond to that, and that's for my own beliefs on certain things on this, yeah, that's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to respond about Mama Tot. And then Rob Harvey, but not the thousands. But see, here's what I'm saying is, like, as I was seeing creators do things that I do consider bullying, and I still stand by that, you kind of like, okay, so I'm not seeing these things that everybody is like, so why do these people hate her? But when Robbie Harvey, who only does serious stuff, and he's like very unbiased, so when he starts posting, it does grab your attention, and it's like kind of virtually shakes you and go, like, there's something more here. So there, I think I hope I got all of you. No, I don't believe 10,000s of people can't be wrong, but like, there is, so how can I put this? I don't want to offend anybody, because I feel like I already did that earlier and stuck my foot in my mouth, because I said what I was trying to say, I don't think came out right. And I really think I hurt Feisty's feelings, because I wasn't trying to say what I said. When I said it, I wasn't referring that to her. And that's I take full accountability for that. But when you see these people that are going after her and are actually doing bullying, and cancel culture is so strong, and I kind of looked at it like this. Everybody has their own beliefs as far as politics. So there's always two sides, and so when one side doesn't like the other side, it becomes like almost like vultures. And people are so quick to believe everything they see on social media and become followers and want to monetize and get clout and all that. You kind of, I don't know, I guess I just wanted to believe the best in her, and with seeing the things that I do still consider bullying, I kind of wanted to be there for her and be a support, because I didn't agree with some of the things I was seeing. So no, 10,000s of people can't be wrong, but there is so many things that are different these days with social media and cancel culture, that I guess I was naive when it comes to it. I'll just say I was naive. I was naive. That's all there is. I'm not even gonna keep going, because it is what it is. I was naive. So I've never heard the dry begging, so I don't know. But I guess I don't know. I guess I'm kind of stupid when it comes to the dry begging thing. I guess I don't always see everything people do as dry bagging, even though I should, because I know somebody who does do that, but you're not part of a side, Debbie. Yeah, I try to stay neutral, and so that's what I was trying to do.
That's what I try to do. I just try to kind of form my own opinion. And so, like, when I speak about somebody, I'm like, I like, you know what I mean? It's because I've done the research and I've watched the clips and I know, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And I thought I did enough. I really did think I did enough, but I wasn't done, and I just should have stuck to my guns when I said I'm not ready. When I told her tonight I'm not ready, I should have stuck to my guns. Because I think maybe had I gotten to the point where I wanted to be, because I knew, like, I know or knew where I wanted to get it to and what I wanted to do. And maybe if I got into that, maybe things would have gone a little bit different. I don't know. It could still be me being naive and thinking that I was hoping to at least get people to understand where I see bullying coming from.
Yeah, I just don't know. So that's the thing I've kind of come to realize about Gabby is I think that she is very and I hate, I don't like just like putting labels on people, but I think she is kind of self-centered. Like when I've listened to other people talk about the things they've done for her, like she does not see, like even the apartment manager, or is that who it was? So it's like that person helped her so much and she really just seems like it just kind of used her. And so I think, for Gabby, like, I don't know if you saw her as a friend before all this, but I don't think she saw you as a friend or even a person. She's more thinking, oh, this is my opportunity to get my story out. Like,
Yeah,
you know
she
what I
seen me as an
mean?
opportunity, not a. Yeah, because I actually did kind of. I wouldn't say necessarily a friend, because I wouldn't count. I mean, that would go for anybody I met on here, unless I actually like talk to you outside of the app and we have more like in-depth conversations that are two-way. That's what I consider a friend. So I don't necessarily. I mean, yes, I would consider her a friend in a way. At least I did in a way, but I guess I use the term friend loosely because to me, these are any friendship you make on here that you only talk to somebody about certain topics, to me, that's very surface level. So I guess, yeah, I mean, I kind of did consider her a friend, but more of a surface level, I felt bad and wanted to help her type of friend.
Yeah, and so that's the thing. It's like I was saying about the manipulative thing. I think she saw that you were trying to help her, and at least saw like good in her and all those things you've said. And so I think, like I said, I really think even if you had done a year of research, I think it probably still would have gone the same way because like you said, now I really do think, I think this whole thing is about getting her book out. She's so focused on herself and all this stuff and the book. And so I really think she was just like, well, here's a way I can try to get this out, but only if it fits 100% what I want. So if you had not, and like you said, I remember because I was in there from the very beginning, earlier when had started the interview before Gabby even came in, and you were saying, no, I've already told her this is how it's going to go, blah blah blah, and really kind of I remember the things you said that were going to happen. Like she came in, her comments were already off. Like I remember you saying we're going to go through keep our comments on, and then she was telling you, no, just turn your comments off, just turn them off, and then she made you redo it. So it's like that's what I'm saying. I feel like if you had not done it 100% the way she wanted and made her look like she rainbows, she would not have been down with it. And that's the thing. It was like even like Kaylee, we were talking about her earlier, and again I want to clarify. I don't want to speak for Kaylee, but I definitely do not believe, in my personal opinion, that she is on Gabby's side. I don't want to speak for her. But
From what I've watched, she will not necessarily take sides. She may have her own opinions already formed, but she will still give you a chance to speak for yourself.
Well, that's what she was doing. Even last night, after she had sat there and she watched all the court transcripts, and then I think she watched like a couple like pre-record, like old lives, and then she was like, "Wow!" And she was, but she still let Gabby come in. She was still really respectful to her. Like that's the kind of person, if Gabby wants someone who actually is unbiased to like talk to her, because even last night, after everything that Kaylee had seen, she was still very like, nice to her. She didn't call her name. I don't know if you watched the whole live last night when Gabby was in there with Kaylee, but even Kaylee was like just trying to talk to her and was like, well,
No, I actually didn't know that she talked to. So she got off live last night at like, I don't know. And then I ended up going to bed. And then this morning, the first thing I see is a recording of the live with her and Kaylee. And I'm like, wait, when did that happen? Maybe it was old. And so I started reading the comments, and then I listened a little bit longer, and Kaylee said, well, I think we should pick this up another time because it's like 1:00 in the morning here. And so I'm sure it's late there. So then I was like, wait, this happened late last night. So I was already asleep, and I tried to catch up on it this morning. And I even asked her about that. And so, I don't know. I think I even told her this morning, like, I think Kaylee is your best bet because she wanted this interview to happen so quickly. And I've been putting this off for months because, like, it's going on 2 months because I really wanted to do the research. And I kept trying to express to her, like, you need to calm down on getting this interview out because you have to do these things correctly, or all you're doing is just giving your haters more fuel. If you don't do it correctly or do the research, or you try to control the narrative, all you do is give your haters more fuel. And if what you're trying to do is get your story out about being cyberbullied, you're not going to do that if you keep pushing it to happen like now. Like, you want it now. And that's what she wanted. So, like, as soon as the girl that she was supposed to do it tonight at 9 canceled her, she immediately reached out to me and said, will you interview me? And I said, well, I mean, I'm not really ready. And she's like, well, I'll give you the questions. And I said, well, you can, but I mean, I've been working on this for too long, so I'm still going to ask the questions that I've been working on. I'm not really ready. And I think that's another reason why it maybe didn't come across as professional as I typically would interview somebody. I wasn't ready. So, I mean, I was ready for bed. I was ready to lay in bed with my headphones in and listen to her being interviewed by the other girl.
Yeah, well, and so I kind of think that Kaylee would be your best bet, but Feisty kind of, so Feisty, well, obviously Feisty, sorry, but she actually, so I was kind of watching both your live and her live on my computer and my iPad just because I was trying to listen to both, and Feisty is saying, like, people need to stop trying to give her interviews, like, just stop trying to give her interviews now at this point. Like,
yeah, I think now it kind of like my favorite sport, 3 strikes you're out.
Yeah, and like I said, I don't think it's going to go well unless, again, she is 100% in control. And then it's like, at that point, I mean, but really, as others have said, it's not really an interview if you're the one controlling everything.
Well, and that's like what she did tonight was probably her best bet, because, like, if you want it to go this way and you want only these things asked and these are the answers you want to give, then you might as well have just interviewed yourself. So by her interviewing herself, that she should have just did that from the beginning, because all she did was fuel anything that she's trying to put out.
and
Yeah.
keep doing these interviews that aren't going to go her way is just like you say you want her to you say you want to get your story out. You're not going to get it out that way. And you say you want people to leave you alone and stop bullying you. Well, then stop giving them content.
You know what I've heard, and again, so other people have been like longtime watchers of her, like from the Illinois days or 3 or 4 years ago. There were some people in here tonight. I've heard, and I've kind of seen it myself, but again, I wasn't watching for that, and I don't exactly know exactly what rage bait content is. But
Me neither.
People have said that she will rage bait on purpose, like she will like bend over in front of the camera on purpose so people will like take pictures of it and have, you know what I mean? And that's what I've seen people also talking about as well.
Yeah, OJ, I know, and I think that's what she should have done from the beginning is if that's the question she wanted and the answers she wanted to give, I think she should have just kept the interview to doing herself. She should have just did like pretty much a normal live and said, this is what I want to say, because even being like trying to support her, I still think that you have to go about it the right way. So the one thing we were saying about the rage baiting is I'm not exactly sure what that is either. That kind of is lost on me.
I think it's where someone will like purposefully like bring up something they know is going to make people mad, and so then it gets people talking, and then they clip her.
Okay, yeah, I do get that. Yeah, okay, yeah.
That's my
I
basic
watch a creator on here who her live is always this it's all men, and that's literally all it says. And when people come in, they're like, can you elaborate? She's like, I can, but I'm not going to. And
yeah,
that to me, I guess that to me is what I consider rage bait. So I guess what I'm saying is like the Gabby rage baiting thing, I guess that's what I should say, is lost on me, is like, so I seen a comment tonight, I forget whose it was, I have it saved, where they said they think that Gabby gained weight as rage bait. And that's where I'm saying I guess it's lost on me, because that makes absolutely no sense to me.
Yeah, those complexities I don't understand. I understand like the basics, like obviously bending over, or like there's, again, you know, I watch other people on the app. Like there's other people on the app who will purposefully, you know, eat like really disgusting meals in front of the camera just because they
that like
talk about it
mukbang or
and
whatever.
clip it. Do what?
The mukbang or whatever.
Yeah, there was one creator I was watching where she purposefully did that, and because she even said, she said, I did that because I knew that they were gonna clip that. Like, so people say that she does do a lot of rage bait content because she knows people are gonna like clip it, talk about it, and all that kind of stuff.
So from what I've gathered tonight is like all these things that I'm seeing is like, so I don't know, maybe, okay, so we'll say it this way, because it seemed like there's a lot of people in here, and you as well, that definitely know a lot more than I do. So I thought, and correct me if I'm wrong, I thought I seen a live, or maybe it was a recorded video, where she actually said that she started her TikTok to help with money for the family because she wanted to be able to afford things on her own. And he said, if you keep doing, like, I guess there was like videos where he said, if you don't stop this, we're done. And she was like, I thought I remember seeing a video where it was like she was upset that he was like threatening to leave her, and she was like, he just doesn't want me to have my own money. I don't know, am I thinking of another creator, or like did these videos happen?
I don't know about that specific video, but I have seen the videos where Aaron will tell her basically like the same thing, like you need to get off the app, and is very upset. I don't know exactly about like threatening to leave her. But I mean he does. I've seen videos where he'll periodically get upset because she does. I mean it takes over her life. I remember there was one time, and I don't even think this was that long ago, where he was saying like I'm tired of my entire life being shown on TikTok. It was something like that.
I couldn't
And
even
so
imagine.
I don't. It's not because he doesn't want her to have her own money. It's because she's constantly live streaming. I mean, I don't. Did you see this live where he was on the couch, like passed out, sleeping? He'd been like working all day. He was really tired, and he was sleeping on the couch. And she was like on TikTok live. There was like a lot of people in there, and she was just like had the camera on him while he was sleeping, and she was like talking about his sleep apnea, and she was like, oh, he'd be so mad, blah blah blah, like you know what I mean. So it's just like she's kind of intrusive too. So like I can see like she's recorded really personal moments, and she gets a lot of people in there, and so there are embarrassed moments where I would be embarrassed having that shown.
Did she come on live one night and say that she started TikTok to like have her own money and to help with the money? And the reason I'm asking that is because like she said to me, and like I've seen things where she said like that it's not about money, and she's not doing this about money, she's doing it about awareness. But I thought I seen a video, and maybe I'm wrong, maybe it was somebody completely different. I thought I seen a video where she was talking about that's why she came on here to be to like get monetized.
I don't know. Personally, I don't know. Someone in the chat might, but I will say, as this person said,
OJ said she did say that. Okay.
Yeah, it's someone did say it's all about money for her, and like that doesn't. I think one of the reasons maybe I feel like maybe one like maybe a small part, or one of the reasons she's been on this app so long is she does get money on here, and she, like people had talked about earlier, people bought Cam birthday gifts and Christmas gifts, I believe. Like she's gotten these people who will just send her money and send her gifts, and she had an Amazon wish list. Like, do you see what I mean? So probably is partly that.
Yeah.
As well.
So I've seen a lot within the past couple of days about her, people questioning her about how much money she makes, and she says that she doesn't make any money, but I know that she has over 10K followers and she's on live a lot, so I know that she's got to be making some kind of money.
Well, she has subscribers too. I was actually looking at that the other day.
I don't know.
I don't know how much like hers is, because it's each like $2.99 or $4.99 a month, whatever. But she's got subscribers too, so she's gonna make money on that as well.
Yeah, I mean she's got to be making some sort of money on here. So, I mean, I would assume that she's got to be making some kind of money on here.
Yeah, I mean, I really probably think, and then also, do you guys? I feel like this was in the court transcripts. I actually watched the entire YouTube video that Feisty had. Well, I don't know. I don't know. I think it was Find Out. I'm sorry, not Feisty. I think it was Find Out. Sorry, I get people mixed up. I believe it was Find Out.
Me too. Me too.
Who put them out. But I watched it. I watched it in there, and I thought it was said something, and even in the court transcripts, where she had said that it was something about, not about making money, but it was like she did earn some kind of money on TikTok. I don't remember. Maybe someone can correct that, but I remember it being in the court transcript too.
Well, I mean, I would assume like after 10K followers, because I don't even know what in the world. I'm gonna kick them out of here because I don't know what that is. So I know, like when I started doing my true crime, I had a couple of videos. I don't know. My son says they're not viral, but to me they went viral because they have like over 300,000 views. So I started gaining followers like crazy. Like I had like over 7,000 followers in like less than a month. So after I had hit 10K, I actually started getting stuff about being monetized and stuff. And I'm like, I didn't, like, I just do it because I love true crime and I follow like so many people from true crime. And I got a little obsessive over the Karen Reed trial. And so, I mean, I've made less than maybe $10, but I mean, even the little bit of videos that I have had and with having 10K followers. So, I mean, she's got like over 10K. She's been active on here a lot longer than I have being monetized. And she's on live. She gets gifts, and you said she has subscribers, and then she makes a lot of videos. And then she also has TikTok shop. So, I mean, she's got to be making something. She's got to be making some sort of money on here.
Well, and then like this comment that Shay said, you know, she is not only making money in gifts and being monetized, people send her PayPals and DoorDash. That's what I mean too. So like,
Oh my gosh.
she's also, that's what I was saying. She's also getting like people buy off her wish list. I don't know if it was Christmas or his birthday or both, but like people bought Cam a bunch of gifts for one of those occasions. And then, yeah, people like sending her money. And so, I mean, she's definitely, I mean, she's probably pulling in a good chunk of money.
So she said she doesn't have anywhere near enough videos to make money. You need to get everyone. No, so after you have 10K followers, for every video you have over a minute long that people watch from the FYP, you start making money based on your RPMs. So you don't actually have to have a million views on a video to make money. It's after 10K followers, and your videos have to be over a minute long and getting views from the FYP. You do not get, like, if somebody goes into my profile and watches a video, I don't make money off that. It's only if they come to my video from the FYP. So that's where I was saying earlier, to where I was trying to understand is like, by people making all these things, which are then leading those people to her page, she's making money off of that.
Y'all probably know a lot more about that than I do. I don't really know that much about TikTok or even how any of that stuff works. So
yeah, so like, and that's why I'm like, what do people want her to do, or what are they trying to do? Like, what are they trying to get out of getting her off of here? Like, because by continuously posting about her and reposting and stuff like that, it's just giving her more money. And like, it also kind of discredits people in a way, because then you just assume that like they are, then they just assume that they are, you know, trying to, which I did, and I'll be the first to say that, is like, to me, I think some of the creators are just trying to monetize off of the back of Gabby. I'm not saying all of them, I'm just saying that there is ones that are monetizing off of her.
I will say, so what Shay said, also very, very few of the awareness accounts or troll accounts are monetized. I'd say less than 5 are. They really, like, so I know personally that like Kai and Nucky, they're not monetized. Like, they don't have their YouTube monetized. So I don't know about like a lot of the other creators, but this is the thing. And I heard Feisty and Villain say this yesterday, I believe. I'm trying to get my dates right, but yeah, so a lot of the awareness pages, when they actually do awareness, they'll turn their gifts off. But if they do receive like anything, they're really good about helping in the community. So like Villain and
that's what Feisty was telling me, is they do a lot of stuff, and that's phenomenal. And so the people who, like, if they are getting any type of monetization and then like turn around and use it for good, props, like, that's amazing. And I do believe that there is those, but I do also believe that like there is some creators out there that are trying to get clout and monetize off of her. They're using like what people's like they kind of like piggybacked off of like people like Waffles Lawyer and Feisty and those ones that are doing the things that they're doing. They kind of like stole in a sense their content and what they were doing and are using it for clout and a monetization for their own. Well, yeah, there you go. I don't even need to say who it is because somebody else did.
Yeah, I will say there definitely like OJ. I don't know like emoji OJ. Sorry. There are a few bad apples. I mean, there are even again there again I watch a lot of like the other people on this app, and there are even ones who try to like do stuff with other creators where they make money. So there are definitely some bad ones, but I will say a lot of the bigger ones and a lot of the ones who really are trying to help really do like they don't accept gifts. They turn their gifts off, or I don't know. Again, I don't know how all that works, but if they do get anything, it's like it's it's regifted, or they're going to use it to go help the community.
That's
so
amazing.
they really, that's the thing. They're more focused on just trying to get them help.
So, so I don't know, maybe somebody in the chat or whatever. So earlier, Feisty said, by doing this and like trying to like help her out and like supporting her being on the app still is just going to get G taken or get C taken out of the home, and that's not what they want. So what is it that they do want? Like, because if you're making calls to CPS and stuff and like, isn't that going to get him taken out of the home? And so that's where I'm confused. That's where my confusion is, I guess.
Well, so I don't want to speak for anyone else. So I'm going to speak for myself and then just kind of what I believe, but I'm not going to mention names or speak on anyone. So that the thing is that I think everyone really just wants her to get the help she needs so she can be a better mom. Like, and this is the thing, even if CPS does go out there and, like here, like I said, I have an ex that just, he'll call on me if my daughter is like not wearing a shirt, and she's like, she's really young, and so like if she picks up the phone and she's not wearing her shirt, he'll call on me. It's like stuff like that. So, but when they come out, like it seems like they already are doing, they can actually give her resources. They can try to help her get the help she needs. Like I was saying earlier, I don't know in that much in depth about the medical situation, but I mean they can at least like here, just because I had special needs children in my home, they were able to get me like a meeting with a special needs counselor who could actually tell me all the benefits and resources I could get. But so like I think that's
actually going, if all these people like Feisty and other people, I'm not sure. I hate to keep using her, but it's the only one I like can think of that I've actually talked to and have had some really good insight. Is like, if all these people have tried to help her, what makes anybody think that CPS is going to help her, or her getting off the app is going to help her?
Well, I think, in my opinion, I think she's addicted to TikTok. I think that's honestly my opinion. And I think part of the reason why she's not, I don't know if we're all agreeing or disagreeing. I don't know. But in my opinion, only in my opinion, I don't think she's taking care of him as well as she could be. They're like, I wasn't even that long ago. I think they were all outside by the fire, and she was so stuck on her phone. She walked inside and left him outside. And so that's what I'm saying. So it's being on the TikTok she's so focused on that. She's not paying attention. Like when he climbed up on the counter and she was so busy battling, it's that kind of stuff that I think is concerning. And maybe, I don't know. Cause I'm not call, I personally have not called, but I think it's more just maybe, CPS is not just some random person on the internet. They're
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
do you see what I mean? They're mostly trusted.
Yeah.
Maybe they can go, and they also have more resources than maybe just some person on the internet. So that's kind of like my thought process. I mean, I don't know. I haven't called, and I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm
that
just trying to understand. Like somebody keeps asking, we've been talking this, but still want to know. Yeah, I'm trying to understand because like I keep hearing like they want her to do that, do this and do that, and then but that's why I'm asking like what is it that everybody wants to see happen? Because when I hear like they're talking about it and they want her to get off the app, but then they also say like they like not trying to get him taken out of the home. So that's where I'm like that's where I'm confused. It's like what is it that everybody wants that would be the best thing for her to do?
Well, I think everyone's main priority as actually see. And again, I don't want to speak on him. I'm just sorry.
Oh yeah, and
But
that should be
and so
definitely yeah, definitely.
that's the thing. And I don't know. People have said he does, he doesn't. Have autism. I'm not sure. The document she's shown. This and that. Maybe he does. I don't know. But
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know either because like I really don't want to do this, but I think like I think I have to. So there was a comment made along the lines of should I say that the documents that are being passed around are possibly created. So when people were saying earlier, and I think you also had said something like along the lines that like that she has created false documents, and that's when I said I don't know if you like I don't know if anybody caught the fact that I said okay, that makes a lot of sense, is because there was a comment made that now when people are saying she has like these fake accounts and like she does this and does that, that comment kind of like it's coming around full circle now. It's like, oh, maybe these things that people are saying are true. Maybe she is forging documents. And so like I have seen certain documents. So now I'm questioning like what is that document real that I've seen? So I don't know. And I hate to sit up I'm not going to sit here and be like no, I'm not going to sit here and say no he doesn't, or yes 100% he does, because I don't know, so I'm not going to assume.
that's where I'm at. Like, I don't want to say yes or no. Like, yeah, no, I agree with you, OJ. Yeah, Feisty wouldn't have put that out unless it was fact checking.
Oh no,
it. Like,
I know.
I 100.
I know. I'm not saying that Gabby is. I'm not saying that is because I don't believe that is for my own reasons. I'm saying the documents that I seen in regards to him having autism. I don't know if those are real to be able to say yes he does or no he doesn't.
That's the thing. And then the document that again was shown is like Shay was saying is autism is not a concern. So it's confusing. I don't want to get up here and be like no yet. So that's why I said if he does or doesn't.
I don't know.
This is my
thing. He's not autistic. He talks. So just because my son talks not very well. He has like speech issues, which he starts in first grade. But not every kid with autism is. It's not a box that you can put them in and saying these, if they're not showing this, and this, they're not autistic. So the whole level 3 thing, I don't understand that because my son's therapists and stuff at school and stuff at the early intervention and the psychologist or psychiatrist, whatever, they have not given him any sort of number. They just said that he's on the spectrum. So those numbers, I don't know what those numbers mean.
So I think, and it probably really is, I think, dependent on the neurologist because, like, with my oldest daughter, uh, is it a neural? I don't remember exactly. It's with my oldest daughter, they actually gave her a level 3 diagnosis. But then with my middle daughter, and we just had her tested last year, they did not give me a level. They just said, no, we're just going to give her an autism diagnosis.
Yeah, I'm not sure. And who said that? OJ. Sorry, I'm not. No, I don't mean to like talk about him directly, and I'm not really trying to. I'm talking about it in general.
Yeah, sorry, I'm not either.
You know, I'm talking about it in general because like I said, I don't know because there was other moms up here tonight that were saying that their kids were certain numbers, and those numbers, I don't know. I honestly, I do have a son with autism, and I don't know what those numbers mean because none of my stuff from the school, from early intervention, my son's never had to see a neurologist. That wasn't even like brought up. So I guess also like different doctors, like, I mean, I guess that's with everything is like, every doctor does things different. So he's never had to go see a neurologist, and it was never actually brought up. It was through children's psychiatric center or whatever. When I'm not going to say the first letters because that's the hospital or the doctor's office that he goes to. But so they've never asked for a neurology appointment or any of that, and nothing I have documentation wise has any sort of like number or scale or anything. It just says that he's on the spectrum. It doesn't say like where he's at on the spectrum. It just says he's on the spectrum, and he's not nonverbal or whatever. He's high functioning. That's what his paperwork says, high functioning. So I don't know if that's maybe a term they use instead of a number. So I don't know. This is all new to me. Like, I have been fighting to get my son diagnosed since he was 2. And when my doctor, his doctor started saying, I think this is something we need to get him into. He was on a waiting list for almost a year. So it was almost 2. So then I finally he got kicked out of daycare for his
Okay, I guess she's paused. I don't know if she meant to pause. Yeah, it says pause on my end. I don't know if she meant to pause. I don't know. Kind of what I was saying though is I think that, you know, as we've all said, nobody wants anything taken or to happen. It's just more, I think CPS will be really good for her because they can get her those resources. You know, they can find somewhere for her to go if she needs counseling. They can find somewhere to go, you know, for all of those things. But it's just more of a question, is she going to do it? Because I don't know from what I've seen, but again, we're only seeing the surface level of her life. We're not seeing, you know, what actually is happening. As she said, this is kind of a persona for her. I think it's like almost like she just puts on a show for the TikTok cameras. So it's like, is she actually going to take it seriously though? Is she actually going to take accountability? Because I feel like you can't really change and work on what you need to work on if you can't take accountability for your actions. And you can say, you know what, I did do that. That was wrong. This is what I need to do to fix it. You know, what can I do? And then to actually take that step. So like tonight, I don't know how many were in her lives, but when she was kind of laughing about all that stuff that came out, that was a little bit, Yeah, like that's what I'm seeing is she's not. And tonight she seemed almost to be laughing about it, and it was kind of like, that's not really funny. So it's almost like she's not really taking it seriously, and she's still kind of blaming it on everyone else, deflecting. And it's like, okay, well, this isn't going to work unless you're going to take it seriously. Yeah, that's that. I mean, she's blaming everybody else, blaming everyone, and so it's like, okay, it gets to a point though where it's like you have to want to be a better mom though. You have to want to get better. You have to want to have a better household. And I don't know how many were in Kaylee's live last night, but she tried to say, oh, well, this is how I was raised. Okay, well, but we have to realize that we don't want to have our households be like that. We don't want to carry on that. And that's kind of what Kaylee was telling her. It's a generational gap. It's a generational parenting thing. And so you have to want to see into yourself and say, I don't want to carry this on anymore. I want to be different. So I don't think she's taken those steps and realized that she needs to change things to get better and make things better. Also, I don't know what to do now, so I might just drop out. But yeah, some people said that they believe she was raised probably like not really having any accountability and probably just being given what she wanted, and it definitely shows. No, I think she is very selfish. I don't think she really cares about anyone but herself. That she's still so focused right now on promoting this book and being on TikTok live, and she's got this whole thing over her head right now, and it's like you do realize you're standing on the edge right now and you're not coming back from the edge. You're almost doing things to make yourself fall over right now. Like the best thing for her to do, and I know people like what she was asking is getting off TikTok. Yeah, and having a baby, which is wild to me. You have all this going on. Take care of your family